Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the last race of the week before the lovely Easter holidays, where you will get all your Easter eggs and do all your Easter egg hunting. We have Baku, Division 3, round number 11. Yes, it is a track which has got serious history with Rush, but so far so good. It is looking absolutely fantastic. It's been some fantastic races from 2 to 4 to 5, some fantastic battles and some fantastic racing, especially Division 4, no safety cars and 18 finishes. Fantastic result there. But tonight is Division 3. We have seen the dominating performance of Plugger. Will that happen again? He has already had a go at Division 2 and had a very, very good finishing there. Or will we see someone else come out from the paddock and cause a big storm? We'll have to wait and see. I am your host and commentator, Ishjay, and I am joined alongside the man who won this race last night in... no, actually, no, sorry, I take that back. Just missed out Thunderbolts. Sorry,
fresh wounds, bro. Fresh wounds.
I did not mean that. I did not mean that.
That's okay. It's okay.
Chrome
yeah, so here we are in Baku again. A little bit of PTSD. If you're a watcher of the stream, I lost the race by 1/10 of a second last night after I sent it into the wall at turn 15. But, you know, Div 6 was kind of a sloppy outing. There were a few car park incidents, we'll say. It'll be interesting to see what happens here in Div 3. We can see already that both Astons have come out together, so they're traveling in a pack. I'm hoping it's going to be a clean race, and if I just take a look at the weather report, it's going to be just an overcast race with a temperature of 19, and the track is going to be a bit cooler, so we're not going to see the screaming times as if the track was at a hot temp, SJ.
No, we're not. No, it's going to be interesting to see how this is going to go. We do have, obviously, a few incidents tonight for, obviously, quali bans and that. So I'm just going to go over that before we start. So Arx has got to serve a 20-second time penalty at Baku in the race. And Lucas to serve a quali ban at Baku as well. Hennessy has retired already. I'm looking at why.
I think he may have totaled his car.
I think he has.
Going into turn 2.
Well, we've seen it done before, and it's happened again, unfortunately. So that's not the best start for one of the Ferrari drivers, and the other Ferrari driver has got the quali ban as well. So not a good night so far for Ferrari. So we'll have to see how we go. But first of all, before we do start, let's go through the grid tonight. So we've got Plugger in the Mercedes. We've got PST Sebi in the Visa Cash App. We got Angus in the Mercedes as well. Terence, the TP in the Alpine. Satsi reserving for Haas. Uncle Morty reserving as well tonight for Red Bull. It'll be the limelight will be on him tonight. Spotlight will be on him tonight. Squash Josh in the Red Bull. Botsru has had some fantastic weeks. Can it be another fantastic week this week for Kick Sauber? Daniel T in the Williams. Zoo in the Aston Martin, Shifty Flight in the McLaren, Arx in the Aston, who unfortunately he's just left, so if we can get him back in, that'd be great. It's Dido in the Williams, has had fantastic weeks lately. Can he put the pressure on and score some big points tonight? We'll have to wait and see. Trio Kev back in the Visa Cash App. Good to see him back on in his full-time seat from tonight, so good luck. With Matif has been fantastic all season. Can he keep it up? We'll have to wait and see. Quasi on his first ever debut tonight in a full-time seat with Alpine due to the silly season move. Pudgy Boy, haven't seen him for a while, but he is reserving tonight for Haas, and this will be Marzi's last race in the McLaren, as he has announced he was stepping back and giving Russian Robot the seat, who we know from fellow other leagues. The guy is super, super quick. So can this be a good farewell for Mars? We'll have to wait and see. And we've also got Protein Group in the Ferrari and Hennessy, who are both retired. One with a crash and the second one with a quali ban. So that is the grid tonight. Thunderbolts.
Yeah, good. I'm trying to get Arx back in, but I can't find him on my list, unfortunately.
Nice.
I don't know if he's shown offline or what the go is.
Yeah, he'll give us a heads up.
For you.
I'll give us a
All
heads
right.
up in the comments, and then we'll try and find them, and I'll send them over to you as well. And for some reason, I'm having problems with my Discord. So when we get to the interviews, if you could just tag the comms box into the
Yeah,
Discord
certainly.
chat, that would be awesome. I don't know what's going on for
Yeah.
some reason. Okay, all good. Shifty flight with a 139.903 as the pole sit at position at the moment. Great time to start off with. Sebi on those mediums of 140.277 and Pudgy Boy with a 142.584. 145.168, so definitely needs to pick up the pace there. What do you think we're going to see tonight from Division 3 tonight, Thunderbolts?
Well, first off, I just want to say I find it really interesting the V-carbs came out in mediums. The way this race has panned out over the previous 4 divisions that raced in Baku this week, those mediums may have come in handy in the race, but they're going to be too scruffed up now to pull any favors with, unfortunately. As far as times tonight, I think we will see low 138s as the track ramps up towards the end of Q3. I think cutoff here is definitely going to be 139 though, maybe 139 flat. We'll see though. That's a tall ask here in Baku, as we see a bit of a car park going into turn 15. But yeah, I think the times are going to drop significantly as the track ramps up. Oh, big incident going into turn 15. Trio Kev and a Haas. Who is it? Pudgy Boy came together, and I think there was a Mercedes involved.
Ooh, 5 good place.
Oh, that was just
Collision with Angus.
Yeah, that was just nasty. I don't know if you've got that. That should definitely be looked at by the race stewards. I don't know how you want to mark it down, but Q1 incident in turn 15. Looks like Pudgy Boy is
I didn't see it, unfortunately, so I can't mark it down, but I'm sure that one of the drivers
there.
will report that in. We've got a few outlaps at the moment, though, Thunderbolts. Who do we jump on board? We've got Terrence, Zoo, with Masif or Quasi. Do we jump on board with Quasi?
Yeah, let's go with Quasi.
All right, we'll jump on board with
His
Quasi.
first drive in a full-time seat, like you said. So it'll be interesting to see how he goes now that he doesn't have the reserve pressure anymore. He's earned it. So
Got the full-time pressure instead.
that's it.
Go from one end to the max as well, which is pressure, which will be very interesting. Good start there from McLaren. Both 39.533, impressive time there from Mazzy. Shifty flight of 139.903, so great start there from McLaren. But the track will start to warm up. We are going to jump on board with Quasi, and I'm happy to take this one away, and I'll let Thunderbolts take the next one away. So Quasi now coming up to down the main straight into sector 3. Getting into sector 1. When is he going to burn that ERS? The interesting part will be is ERS management on this track. So coming down the main straight with the first part of the DRS, 98%, doesn't burn anything coming into turn 1 there, getting nice onto the curb, very good exit there. Now you want to try and take a little bit of this curb, not going too far wide to the right hand side, as you can clip the wall, as you can see inches away from the wall, getting onto the second part of the DRS now, burning a little bit of that ERS, and then now, depending on how you want to run into this lap, you probably drop it down into medium. Use a little bit of the medium ERS now, going all the way through, and then you'll be burning a hot lap going into the main sector 3. But here comes in the short part there as Plugger does a 139, but gets beaten there by Squash Josh. So Squash Josh has got some pace here, which is great to see. 84% of Quasi at the moment going into medium, coming into the castle section. This is where you are itchy bum moments time, because you've got to be so careful you don't hit the wall. He goes flying through there and gets a little bit out of sorts, but so far so good. Doesn't go too wide, goes a little bit too wide. Could have lost the 10th there. Doesn't invalidate coming into the next part of the circuit. Now this is the part where we see in a race that people overspeed it and go straight into the wall, clipping it, which we can see probably tonight. We'll have to wait till it happens, but so far so good. Now coming into the zigzag part where we have seen some audacious moves going on there, which is basically another itchy bum moment. You do not want to be going 2 by 2 through here, because 9 times out of 10 it ends up in a DNF. Now coming on to the back straight, DRS will be deployed in 3, 2, 1. Burn all that ERS to the line. Don't use the undeployed. Used and goes P10 on the mediums with a 140.143. 3 thousandths of a second off Seti.
Yeah, it's a really good time on the medium tires there. But again, mediums. I'm surprised they aren't saving them for the race. Maybe they know something we don't know. Maybe they're looking at using the soft tires in the race should they need to. I don't know. I find it a pretty gutsy call to be using that tire, but it is a respectable time on those mediums. Probably could have utilized his battery a little bit better to gain some acceleration, but he did have some left over at the start-finish line, but still a respectable and good lap put out by Quasi.
No, definitely, and really, really good lap there from him on those mediums. At the moment, he is safe going into Q2. Bolts Review 138.809, so we've got a few 38s, only 2 people in the 38s, and that is the kicks again. So they're obviously working very, very well together, and with Matif just behind them with a 38.9, so very impressive there. Plugger at the moment in that P4 position, his teammate P6, the 2 McLarens behind him, P7 and P5, is going to look like it's going to be an interesting night there, and Squash Josh cemented right up the top there, and unfortunately has not got the other Red Bull there at the moment, so we'll have to wait and see what happens. We've got the 2 Hasses in P13 and P16. We've still got Daniel T, Arcs, and Dido still to set times. Now, if you could try and get Arcs another invite, that would be fantastic.
We'll do that.
Just replying to some of the message in the comments. Just trying to find out who that is. Sister Food. Oh, I see. I checked that after I was asked to reserve. Yeah, unfortunate, mate. Just always message the TPs and always check in. Check-in comes out literally on race day and after race day, so always get involved and get checked in. If you're not checked in, then unfortunately, then that means you're not racing, and TP will not reach out. They'll only reach out if they need a reserve driver, and there is no reserve drivers available. So always, if you're wanting to race, always get involved and check in. And 9 times out of 10, you'll have an opportunity, as you were a full-time driver last season as well, ICRC. So it'll be good to see you back on track. Not showing online for me, mate, either. Arx is having some problems getting in, so hopefully if Aston Martin Zoo, if you've got him added, mate, try and get your teammate coming in to the lobby, as we have lost him. So we've got Sutsi and Arx, the only 2 guys to set time. So I think we're only going to see 2 go through, or 2 go out in this Q1 session, Thunderbolts. Maybe Sutsi and Arx are the only ones that could be going out, because we've lost Trio Kev, we've lost Hennessy, and we've lost Protein Group. So it's between Sutsi and Arx at the moment.
Yeah, I was going to say to you that we're only going to lose 2 because 3 of them have finished before they could even get going, unfortunately. So I'm hoping Arx can fix the connection somehow. I don't know how he's going to do that. Maybe he's hiding his online status or something like that. But I'm just unable to see him to get him an invite into this lobby at this moment. So if we can get that sorted. But Sutsi, I don't know, maybe waiting for the golden hour to try and go out. I'm not too sure what's going on in the Haas garage, but he could be waiting for the last minute for that track ramp up and doing that single lapper at the last minute to set the best time for himself.
Yeah, it's always an option. Always leave it right a little bit right to the end. He's saying try now. See if you can.
Oh, yeah, I see it.
Always good to sometimes leave it to the end, but it's also a risk, just in case there is traffic that gets in the way, or an incident as well that can destroy your lap as well. So interesting to see. But at the moment, Boltaru has decided to retire. He's happy with his time, Plugger there as well, and with Matif as well. So really, really good start there for the Kick Saubers, and also Plugger in the Merc at the moment. Will do.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to re-add Arx on EA. It's unfortunate with this amount of time left.
Sorry, I just need to do this. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Oh, there we go. Right. Get that done. There we go.
Oh, he set his profile to private, so I can't re-add him now. Amazing.
Okay.
I'll try it.
Well, I
I
don't.
think I've sent him a request. So Arcs, check your request, mate. Hopefully this works. I had to do this with SJ the other day in order to see him online. So just EA things. This game is so good. As we head 3 minutes into the final little bit here, we're gonna start to see these cars flying out of the pits. I reckon in about 30 seconds.
Yeah. No.
Because if they wait too long, we're gonna end up with an issue like we had pretty much straight away, where they all bottled up in Sector 3.
Yeah, and it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to get arcs in either. I'm looking now.
Yeah.
Oh my god, here we go. I'm going to go through 7 pages to find you.
Oh no, mate. And it's lowercase double A, RK.
Okay, alright. Okay.
So it'll be in the lowercase section.
Yeah.
Not much I remember.
I get to the end of my friends list and qualifying will be over. So,
Not wrong.
oh, let's have a look. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. And for the first time ever, we've got Whiff Matif as a surprise interview. So if Whiff Matif wants to jump in to the comms box, we will then interview him when we interview the guys that have been eliminated. So Whiff, when you're ready, jump in and we'll interview very, very soon. And I still am going through and I still can't find him. Where is... There he is. I found him. And I think, hopefully it's enough time. I don't think it's going to be enough time because he's only
It's
got
not going to be
124.
enough time,
And
unfortunately.
Quasi has gone P1 with a 138.639. 2 tenths quicker than Boxeroo. Where has he pulled that time? The debutant in the Alpine taking P1 at the moment with 1 minute and 21 seconds to go. We've got Marzi on an outlap as well. A lot of guys still to set times. Arcs looks like he is going out, unfortunately, due to connection issues. We'll have to wait until we can get him in. Sutsi is on an outlap as well. So it's going to be Sutsi and Pudgy. They are going to be the difference at the moment. I think that maybe with Matif in the comms box. We'll interview him after this has finished, so just hold on for the time being. You have retired, so we will jump on board and we will get that interview. So we'll have to wait and see there. Thank you very much for the redeem and the requests, guys. Really appreciate it. 47 people tuning in for 45 seconds of Q1, and if you have tuned in and just joined in with us, VRY Quasi is P1 at the moment. Who else have we got? Thunderballs coming down the main straight in Sector 3.
At the moment, we got Terrence. He's starting to head towards his start his lap. He's going to make it. He might be one of the last ones to set a time here in Q1. And then Quasi's maybe starting another lap. I don't know. No, he's going into the pits. And then Sebi's going into the pits as well. And yeah, that 5-place grid penalty.
That's not good.
McLaren. So
that's not
there
good.
was a.
Muzzy's out. Muzzy's crashed in the castle.
Yeah, I think that may be of what happened. It's interesting. That was definitely not a good lap for Marzi. I saw a little bit after Shifty set his time at a 139 flat. They were towing each other going into turn 1, and they made contact, unfortunately. And then Marzi looked like he was on a recovery lap all throughout the entire thing, and he was 7 tenths down or up or slow on his time in Sector 1, and I think he just binned it in Castle, and unfortunately Shifty hit him and caught a 5-place grid pen.
Sutsi's out. Sutsi has not improved. 146. Way off the time there. And still a few more guys still to come down the line. It looks like Shifty Flight is another one, and it doesn't look like it's done for him. He stays in P6. We've got, looks like a Visa I'm just trying to see coming down the line. Let's have a look. It's a Red Bull. Uncle Morty's in P13, stays P13, makes it through into Q2. Really good start there for the Red Bull driver. We've got Terence in the Alpine, the TP, 6 tenths up. This is looking quick. Goes up into P10. Good start there. We've got Pudgy Boy. Does he get through? No. He stays in P14. Sutsy is out. Pudgy is through. Arcs is out as well. There has been drama in this Q1 session. And, well, here we go. If you could invite Protein Group, Arcs, Hennessy, and Sutsy, and Trio Kev, Squash Josh, and Whiff into the comms box, that would be amazing in Div 3.
Do I just tag the entire division, mate? Like, that was how many drivers?
All right, are you ready? I'll tell you. Right, so Protein Group.
I got it, mate. You go through the list.
Arcs.
You go through, made it.
Hennessy, Sutsy, Trio Kev, and Marzi. We've got a lot of interviews to get through. And also we've got With Matif and Squash Josh as the surprise interviews. So they are the people that we are going to be interviewing. Quasi, Boltsaru, and Plug are your top three going through. Big situations here with 5 second time, 5 second place for Shifty Fly, and another one for Pudgy, who's got 5 seconds. So that's a 10 position penalty there. So we'll have to wait and see if he is out. But a few people in the comms box for interviews and due to requests from the chat. So first up, we'll go with Squash Josh. Squash Josh, welcome to the comms box, mate. We've got a surprise interview for which has been redeemed, which from two of the guys, which is really good. First time ever this season. How are you feeling in qualifying going through into Q2?
Look, not a bad opening account. Happy to get a one and done, save some tyres. It should be good. With all the drama going on, who knows what's going to happen in the next sort of 15 minutes or so. It's going to get a little bit hectic, I think. Hoping for a clean lap and put me through to Q3.
Yeah, looking to get a little bit spicy as well, which is interesting to see. And your teammate as well tonight, Uncle Morty from Division 4, making it through as well. It's impressive.
Yeah, absolutely. It's good to see him pop through. A few early exits in Q1 certainly helps, but the further up the grid I can have my teammate, the better it's going to be, I think. We'll hopefully be able to get him into Q3 and have a good race.
Yep, and we obviously saw earlier on that Quasi take that pole position, which we don't know where that came from, but that's a bit of a surprise because normally we're seeing the same people every week putting in those times. So you feel that you can put pressure on tonight and even go for the win here?
Look, I'm going to give it a good shot. I think safety cars are definite and they're going to come into play. So I think it's going to come down to a bit of tyre strategy, where you are on the track, and a bit of good luck from when the safety cars come out.
Awesome. All right, Josh. Well, all the best, and we'll jump over to Whiff, and I'll let Thunderballs take that one away. But all the best, Josh.
Thanks, guys. Thanks, mate.
Hey, Whiff, how's it going, mate?
Yeah, not too bad.
Good. You and Bolts had some screamer laps there in Q1. What are we expecting your time to drop down to in Q2, or is that a secret?
I mean, I had a tow from my teammate, so not a great representative time. I'm not too great around here, so. But yeah, we appear to be better than the McLarens, who are kind of in the mud at the moment.
Oh, here we go.
Had to bring it up.
Let's not. Let's keep toxicity down and keep positivity up. So, the tow here in Baku is definitely an important thing. It's a good thing to have your teammate available to you in Q2. You and Bolt seem to be doing really well in this division. And obviously, you're going to be looking to go into Q3. Who would you say is not in your team, but the biggest person to watch out for?
I mean, based on that Q1 time, Quasi Reet, he's been right at the top when no one's really expecting him. But apart from him, the Mercedes seem really strong as well. So, yeah, no one really knows at this stage.
Yeah, we saw Plugger reserve up in the Div 2 race and bring home P2 here in Baku. Apparently, this is one of his favorite tracks, so he's definitely a name to keep an eye on. But yeah, Quasi Reet setting down the pole position in Q1. That was definitely impressive. SJ, what have you got for Whiff?
No, it's all right. Nothing. You take that one. You take that one.
what?
All right, love you too, SJ.
I know, right?
It's all right.
That's
No,
a
no,
bit
no.
harsh.
Just do one each, because obviously got surprise guests. No, keep it consistent.
I do need
But
to go
yeah,
on track, so.
yeah, definitely. I'll let you get back to it because you are in this queue too. So good luck to you and Bolts, and hope you guys tow each other well.
Thanks, man.
Thanks, mate.
All right, we'll go over.
And over to you, SJ.
Okay, we'll go into our next one. Just getting confused. I'm like, who we interview? We just keep it. We keep with the surprise guest. We'll just keep it to one interview each, and then these guys will obviously ask each question. So let's go that way. Hennessy, unfortunately, not the best night so far for Ferrari. Both Ferrari drivers starting at the back. Obviously, not the best starts at all. Can you give us a bit of an insight what happened in the Q1? Very, very early, you went out.
So I put the used the controller to turn on my stream, and then went back to the wheel, came out of the pits, and I got the glitch where the wheel wasn't working right,
Yep.
and just went straight into the wall 2-1 straight out of the pits. So good times.
Oh, mate.
So yeah, didn't even do half a lap. I didn't even do a sector. So a bit annoying, but
Make you a little bit
this
nervous.
is not the worst track to be at the back because you can just get carnage happen in front of you, make up a few spots.
I know
So that's the plan.
that's the optimism that people have had, and then unfortunately it's been a very, very clean race in some aspects of some of these divisions this weekend. So interesting one. A track that you're a favourite of, or no, are you a little bit nervous going into it? Obviously, you're having that incident earlier on. A little bit nervous going into the race itself.
No, not too nervous. I'm pretty good here. I will just be very careful and watch out like a hawk those in front of me, and because you can really get caught up in other people's incidents here. So you can get a bit of bad luck. Someone crashes into the castle in front of you, and then you get collected by that. So that's always a chance of happening here. Hope it doesn't happen tonight, and I can avoid that, or not go into castle myself.
Yeah.
And get up there.
All right. Well, wish you all the best tonight, and I'll pass you over to Thunderbolts.
Thanks very much.
Hey, Hennessy, mate. I can totally relate to you on that. Using the controller to do a setting or something like that, and then all of a sudden you go into the game and you've lost all your force feedback. Happened to me in Miami. Oh, Boltzerud just made contact going up through the castle. Yeah, I totally understand. The best thing I can say to you is just remember that, and anytime you touch that controller, go back into your wheel and maybe adjust some calibration in the game to reset the force feedback to the wheel.
Yeah, usually if I touch my controller, I unplug my wheel and plug it back in, and that solves it. I forgot to do it this time, and it's something we shouldn't have to do in sim races. The game shouldn't allow for this to happen. But unfortunately, along with, this game has a lot of bugs in it that you have to adapt to. So hopefully the next game can kind of get rid of some of these bugs because they're very frustrating.
Yeah, that's one thing to look forward to, as we've seen with the EA franchises in the F1 division, is the odd number games seem to be a little bit more polished than the even number games.
True, I haven't thought about that. That's a good point.
It's different developer teams, so we'll see what happens in 25.
We're on an odd number, so let's go.
That's it. Well, that's, it's unfortunate what happened to you in Quali. Hope you can pull through the race, and like you said, in Baku, anything is possible. Just be mindful going up Castle. And good luck to you tonight, mate.
Watch out for the Ferraris tonight, boys. We've got the new engineer Stoyan in our ear, so we'll be coming up the field nice and high.
Awesome. So that's good to hear, and good luck, mate.
Thanks, guys. See ya.
Cheers. Okay, right. Well, we'll go over to our last interview because I don't think we're going to get the others in. We may get them in later. There's still 7 minutes to go. But if not, we'll have a little bit of a recap regarding the last few drivers that did get eliminated. Suts, mate, it looked like you were way off the pace compared to some of the others. Maybe too many mistakes in that Q1. Give us a little bit of an insight of what happened in Q1.
So it wasn't really my mistake. when Marzi binned it on that last Q1 lap. He binned it in Castle, and when I got into the Castle section, I could not go anywhere. Just ran up the arse of him. So I was on track to make it through. I was making a high to like medium 139, so I was going to make it through, but obviously just ran up the back of Marzi, and couldn't recover from then. Just lost so many seconds.
Yeah, and we actually did say very early on when it was getting to the later stages of the end of Q1, and sometimes very risky going out really late. And unfortunately, I think that's what happened with you, getting involved in seeing an incident in front of you and having to, break away from your lap. And that obviously caused you a
Yeah.
problem. And there you go, you're out.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not the worst. I mean, it is the worst, but just hopefully there is some carnage ahead, or even not. Just make my way through the field pretty cleanly, and I can make up some spots and get myself into the points, hopefully.
So you're going for a long strat then, as obviously starting from the back. Would that be the plan, or would it be just to go into the softs, try and make any spots as possible, and then maybe go on the long stint of the hards to the end? Like, what's looking like the strat for yourself?
Well, since I now have lots of tyres to play with because I only use one, I'm not really sure, to be honest. Usually, my plan is to just give what the game gives me, but I usually extend the first stint a couple of laps and either hope for a safety car, which is common around here, so maybe that, or I just box. Even though they might undercut me a bit, I just, hopefully with the fresher tyres, I can make up a few spots and then, yeah.
Okay, all right.
Tend to go long.
Well, I wish you all the best, mate, and I'll pass you over to Thunderballs if he's got any questions for you.
Hey, so it's really unfortunate what happened with Marzi there. I know in our quali in Div 6, our engineer was basically like, make sure you stay out of the back of people going up Castle. How far behind Marzi were you when that all went down?
So I was on my lap and I couldn't even see him when I was on the straights or whatever. So I wasn't looking at the mini map going through. So he's just. I saw the message pop up and I was maybe coming out of the quick left right before the coming into the castle section. So his obviously car didn't disappear by the time I got there. I was kind of hoping it would, but nah, I just went up the back of him.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate, mate. And you've got Pudgy Boy in as a reserve. How's the engineer going with the reserve?
Well, I'm a reserve as well, so we don't have much comms either. So I'm just doing this race by myself, and I don't know if he's got comms in his ears or if he's a reserve as well. I don't know. I just kind of get picked, and then I just rock up.
All right, Haas rolling solo tonight. Well, I hope the best for you guys. Good luck out there in Baku. It's definitely a long race, and it's one of those ones to be patient. Take your time and take your overtakes on the front straight. So good luck to you, and hope everything goes well.
Too easy. Thanks, mate.
Thanks, mate.
Okay. All right.
So I just want to say it doesn't look like we're going to get anyone else into the comms box. I'm sure Marzi was cursing in Croatian after he binned it, but with Matif going into the pits, almost DNF'd himself.
Yeah.
I just want to saw that happen. He was going into the pits, probably trying to do it as if you would do it when you're practicing and there's no damage on, and he just lost it slightly. Luckily for him, he only lost the wing and didn't lose the front left tire. So they'll be making repairs, and it'll be interesting to see if he can actually get back out.
Yeah, this is the thing, you start to make these mistakes, heating the pit lane, going into castle, maybe crashing out, and unfortunately it then gives you a little bit nerves going into the race because you're going to be eager when you're going up against the castle section, and I believe that from when my race was, it was just roll into it, roll into the castle section, go a slower, but then go a lot quicker down into sector 3, because that's where you can really pick up the pace, so if you're a bit cautious, just go a little bit slower, don't force it, because if you're going too fast and you're not comfortable, you can end up DNFing, and that's what we've seen. And I'm just going to a bit of a recap before we do go over Q2 very quickly. Arcs, unfortunately, just couldn't get out due to connection issues. Trio Kev, unfortunately, just wasn't quick enough there. Obviously, Hennessy with the DNF, and obviously Marzi with the DNF as well. So, yeah, a little bit unfortunate there. Got 14 guys currently at the moment. We're going to lose 4. We're going to lose Pudgy, Uncle Morty, Daniel T, and Zoo at the moment. And Terrence is the last one that will go through as it stands. Plugger setting the time with a 1:38.703. The only ones currently in Q2 with a 38. So that's impressive for the Mercedes. They'll be happy with that at the moment. We've got him in P1 and obviously Angus in P5. Shifty Flight doing a great job tonight in that P4 position. Boltzaroo just going up to P2. Quasi Reach showing what he can do in that Alpine. And this is probably what they've been missing. They've been missing that golden child in Division 3. And it looks like they've got him, Thunderbolts, in tonight because he's doing a fantastic job in that P3 position.
He is so far. He looks good so far, but it's very early days. He's getting ready to start his last lap here in Q2. But these are definitely some screaming times. As we Daniel T go pole with a 1:38.6, just eclipsing Plugger by 18 thousandths of a second. It'll be an interesting one to see what happens with Crazy in his first full-time seat drive.
Yeah, definitely. Also, I got the 2 Mercedes doing the tow as well. It's a very interesting track to do the tow from the start to finish. You do not want to be that close to each other through Castle, just in case the other person breaks a little bit later than you. But as it goes at the moment, Zoo goes 1:38.548, so we're really starting to ramp up the times now. There's only a 10th between the top 3. Look, Zoo 1:55.48, Daniel T a 1:38.685, Plugger with a 1:38.703. Quasi going down now, down into P7. He's called it. That is it for him. Let's have a look who's coming down the main straight. We've got Shifty Flight. Remember, does have that 5 good place penalty, so that will hurt him at the end of wherever session he ends up. At the moment, he could be going out. He's 2 spots from being safe, but we'll have to wait and see. Has there any improvement in Sector 3? Coming down the main straight, a lot of ERS to burn. Will he get to the end? Will it be a better time? A 1:38.548 is the time to beat. It's looking quick. It's a 1:38.828. Puts himself into P6. You've then got the 2 kicks. You've got Boltzaroo and you've got Withmateeth. They're behind each other. They're getting an extraordinary tow down the main straight. We're going to see them up at the top, I reckon. 1 at P1 and 1 at P5. Fantastic. That pushes Shifty Fight down. That pushes Sebi down. Quasi Reed down into P10. We've also got a lot of guys coming down the main straight now. Has there been a mistake from the Mercedes? Oh, looks like someone's hit the wall. Someone's hit the wall there. One of the Mercedes has hit the wall. We're going to go further back down because Daniel C moves over. He's into P3, Zoo into P2. We've got places moving all over the place. Quasi's out, so we'll have to get him into the comms box. Angus is out. Plugger. Where's Plugger? He goes up into P4, so it's not gone to plan for Plugger's teammate Angus. And it looks like Pudgy's out as well. So a little bit of drama there on that last stint there for a few of those guys. Did not go to plan for Angus because he hit the wall there.
Yeah, not too sure what happened with the Mercs doing the tow. Those S's can be pretty sketchy, especially if you're just being vacuumed in by your teammate in front of you. So maybe he was carrying a bit too much speed and just clipped it a little bit, or is just trying to cut it too close on the curves. We'll find out if he wants to join the comms box. Pudgy Boy, I'm really interested to find out what happened there. It doesn't look like he was able to put down a solid lap time for quali in Q2, so not too sure where that went wrong. It'll be interesting to see what he has to say. But yeah, those times for the top few, wow. Really good showing here.
Yeah, look at that. Every single person all the way in the top 10 in the 38.
That's half a second.
Wow.
Half a second.
Zoo is obviously a little bit surprised how he's pulled that time off. But there you go, ladies and gentlemen. So if you tuned in with us, Q2 going into Q3 now is Withmateeth with a 1:38.440. It takes pole position. Zoo in P2 at the moment and Daniel T in P3. A great job there from some of the guys, which we'll talk about in a sec. Unfortunately, Quasi, Angus, Uncle Morty and Pudgy are all out of Q2, and we do have our first interview, and I'll let you take it away. It's Pudgy Boy in the house.
Pudgy boy, mate, how you going? I
Yeah,
know
not too shabby.
good. I know this wasn't the quality that you wanted.
No.
And looks like something just went completely awry in Q2. Can you just walk us through it? What happened?
Well, I feel like I got the fastest sector 2 in my second lap, I believe it was. I thought I was doing something well there, and then I tried to go for a fast lap on that last lap there, and I just lost it in the, I think it was the third corner, and yeah, just sort of lost hope there, and then I thought I was getting it back right at the end, and just lost it.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. This track is a bit slippery.
Yeah.
So it is one of the tracks you got to brake a little bit earlier in. And it's a very battery-hungry track. So,
Oh yeah, no, I found that out.
yeah, when it comes to the race, battery conservation is going to be paramount and key in order to move up positions. So I'll pass you over to SJ if he's got any questions.
Yeah, Pudgy, mate. Well, welcome to the stream, mate, and to the comms box. It's been a while. I haven't seen you race for a while, so it's really good to have you on the track as well. Obviously, both Hasses. You obviously made it through into Q2, and Sutsy unfortunately didn't. What are you thinking is the strategy here?
Well, I don't think I don't have the pace out there today, but hopefully, if I could make top 10, I'd be happy. But I guess we'll just see how it goes, see what happens.
Well, we'll have to wait and see. I wish you all the best. It's going to be an interesting
Thank you.
race. It's
Thank
a
you.
long race. Be patient and take your time. And,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
You never know. We could be joining you back.
Hopefully, we can all have a clean first lap out there.
Yep. All the best, mate. Good luck.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. Well, we've now got another interview jumping in, and this is probably the first time we've spoken to this guy, Angus, out of Q2 for the first time for a long time. Didn't seem to get it right through the zigzag in Sector 3. Looked like you clipped the wall, and unfortunately you were working with your teammate of Plugger trying to work with the toe, but that didn't work for you, but that worked for him. Can you give us a bit of an insight what happened on that last couple of minutes of Q2?
Yeah, no, you're right. I did just slightly hit the wall, which kind of stuffed me up there, and then I was just pushing too hard, and everything went downhill from there. But we did try and help each other out. I just got unlucky on my lap that counted, and took the risk of not putting fresh softs on, trying to save them for Q3, which, yeah, it happens.
Let's talk about you in going away from Q2 and going away from obviously this track. Your season has actually been a very, very good, stable season. You know, you've done very well. You finished in some very good positions. Are you surprised yourself how well you're doing, or are you just putting the practice in and doing as much as you can for the team?
I'd like to do more practice, but yeah, some places I've been surprised at. Few P3s, which is good. But yeah, I don't know how I'll go tonight. Starting so far back, hopefully can recover as much as I can.
Okay, well, I'm happy to hear that, bro. I wish you all the best in this race. It's gonna be an interesting one. You're obviously starting from somewhere that you're probably not usual with, so it's going to be very interesting. We know what Baku can bring and what it can cause. So yeah, wish you all the best, and I'll pass you over to Thunderbolts.
Thanks, mate.
Hey, mate. Yeah, really unfortunate what happened there. It looked like going through the S's onto the front straight is where it kind of all unfolded, unfortunately for you on your hot lap. But you were definitely able to successfully pull Plugger along in Q2, so kudos to that. It's not the easiest thing to do the toe here in Baku. What is going to be the strategy going forward for you tonight? I mean, I understand, it's all team game and kind of hush-hush it at times, but are you looking to go the longer stint, or what's the game plan starting from where are you going to be? Like, it's P12? P13?
P12, I think, or yeah, maybe 13. Not sure.
Yeah.
I think around Baku, just keep it clean as much as I can.
Survival.
If that's possible. But no, we'll see how we go. I'm not too sure what the plan is from now. But yeah, keeping it clean is the main goal.
Yeah, definitely. Keeping it clean is going to help you bring the car home safely in this race, and it's definitely a good way to make positions up here. So good luck to you tonight, and I hope you're able to bring it up and get some points for Mercedes, mate.
Yeah, cheers.
Okie dokie. Right, well, that looks like we're all going to have. We've got Pudgy and obviously Angus jumping in as well. Uncle Morty and Quazzy. And I want to talk about this before we do go into the rest of the Q3. Quazzy obviously showed serious pace. Really unfortunate to lose him in Q3. And actually, it's his TP that's outscored him this week in qualifying.
Yeah, well, Baku's one of those tracks where, at least this is how I found it, where you can set a lap that's an absolute screamer. And you would know this from our practice sessions. I set a lap that was a 138.4 at one point, and I wasn't able to achieve that again. And it felt smooth as butter. And it's just so hard to consistently put together those times. It could just be my driver skill, but it's definitely a very unnerving track. There's 20 turns in it, and you've got to take each one absolutely perfect.
Yeah, definitely. I do agree. I do agree. Obviously, you've got those times, and I'll probably put it on the same situation as that Crone had the pace on me in the race, and you could see that. But in qualifying, I was actually the one that out-qualified him, and I didn't think I was going to be able to pull a 38.1. 39.1, sorry, not 38.1. Jesus, I'm not that fast. 39.1. But these guys obviously all in the 38s from P1 down to P6. And obviously Zoo, Squash Josh, with Matif and Daniel haven't put in the 38. So it's really interesting because you do a quicker time in Q2, but do a slower time in Q3. And it's like, well, how does that work? Because the track's even more ramping up in Q3. But yeah, like you said, we can do all the practice in the world. And like I said, Marzi can get those whips and chains out for us, and try and get us to do as many laps as we can. But then when it comes down to this, it's different conditions. The track is cold or hot, and you've obviously got 20 other cars or 15 other cars on track. It's a lot more different, and also the pressure as well. It's a completely different scene from going in a practice session with your team to then doing it on race day. It's goosebumps. I get nervous as shit when I'm now racing. My hands are sweating like buckets. I've got this blooming spray, and it's great. I love it, but it puts me under pressure, and I'm like thinking if I'm not careful, my hands are that soaking wet, I could actually slip off the analog stick because I'm on pad. So then that puts a little bit of doubt in your mind as well, and especially on a track like Baku. You've got obviously the a couple of the corners, especially the castle. You've got to be cautious. And that gets in your mind, and then you don't perform to your best that you normally can compared to like a wide track like next week in Austria, which is quick, technical, but very easy to invalidate, but a great track. You know what I mean? So, going to be really interesting to see how these guys are going to do, and see if we're going to be able to outperform their laps that they've done in Q2.
Yeah, well, I do have faith that they're going to pull out the times. Like you mentioned, Zoo, he did a 138.5, and he even said in the chat that he had no idea how he was putting that together. And he's done a 139 flat here, but it's just a matter of pacing and, just being calm and patient and ensuring that you hit those apexes just right. And we're seeing the Williams start to link up at the moment for it looks like to be a full lap tow on their laps. But they got Squash Josh in between them. So he's the meat in the Williams sandwich, so to speak. So it'll be interesting to see if they just pull over and try to let him go by and go from there. But getting these times down, it's just a micro millimeters into this game as to if you take a turn at one percentage of an angle differently, it's going to change your time. And on this track, for whatever reason, it shows more than others. Austria, you can probably say that you're within the same 2/10, lap after lap after lap. This track is just, am I within the same 6/10, 7/10? Like, it's a wild one. At least that's my experience on it.
Oh yeah, no room for error. And obviously we're coming up to the closing stages, which we'll jump up on in a sec. And we're just going to touch base on Austria. Obviously, Austria next week for Division 1 and across the board, which is really, really good. We've actually nailed that, so it's just really good to see. Division 1 doing a sprint weekend, and obviously us guys doing 100%. And to give you a bit of a heads up, 71 laps around Austria, and patience and concentration is going to be a key with that many laps around Austria next week.
Yeah, I'm actually looking heaps forward to it. I unfortunately missed out on the preseason race due to work commitments at the time. But I am looking heaps forward to it and seeing what it has to bring. I quite enjoy the 100% races. I'm a bit of a psycho like that, and yeah, I'm keen as beans.
Yeah, no, it's going to be a great one. First time ever doing 100% around Austria. I absolutely love the track and look forward to it. But first of all, we are here with round 11 at Baku before the Easter holidays. And guys, don't forget, we are not on a break. We are going all the way through now until the release of F1 25 and probably a couple of weeks on before that. But Division 1 will finish on the 31st on the release date of the new game. But tonight we are here, Azerbaijan, round 11 for Division 3. Plugger is leading the way on his outlap with a 138.071. Bolts behind him with 138.164. With Matif with a 138.320, and I think he is done. The question is he going to get in the way of Boltsaru? Boltsaru is right behind him on a lap with Matif is low on fuel. He needs to get the tow, and this will be interesting. Will Bolt be able to take it from Plugger? It's not much between it. There's only a 10th between it. Plugger's going to get probably a nice little toe off the back of Sevi, but he doesn't seem to be close enough. So we'll have to wait and see. Squash Josh goes up into P3. Really good qualifying performance from him. Question is Plugger going to put this into a 37s? Are we going to see 37s? Because Bolts is still going. With Matif is still going at the time being at the moment. How much fuel is in that kick? Because I'm seeing the red flash like anything. And the one thing he doesn't want to do is really start to lose fuel when it comes to the worst moment when Bolts has to make the attack down the main straight. The question is, how much is in that car, Thunderballs? Because it's getting low, and is it going to jeopardize Bolts' flying lap? Because they're getting very, very close to the zigzag section going into Sector 3, and this is going to be an insane tow if the Kick Saubers can pull this off. And they've been fantastic in this division all season since Boltsaru has arrived in the Kick Sauber.
Yeah, well, if he does start to run out of fuel, I reckon he'll pull off to the left. It'll be just before the start-finish line where he loses it, but this tow is going to be massive for Boltsaru, I reckon, and may catapult him into... Oh, no! No, he didn't get pole. Look at Plugger.
Wow, that's insane.
Wow.
That is quick.
I
I
definitely thought Boltsaru was going to take the pole there,
Yeah.
but Plugger doing it solo. Unfortunately, his teammate out in Q2, but Plugger didn't face him at all. Up by 0.3 by himself. What a run by him.
Yeah. We can probably announce now that Plugger is a Division 2 driver. Unfortunately,
We're not allowed to say that.
You could probably say he is now, unfortunately, but he does take P1 of very whopping 37.876. That is bloody impressive. Nearly 0.3 quicker than Boltzer in P2. This is going to be a struggle or an uphill struggle for Kick Saubers, but anything can happen. And it's going to be very interesting to see. Bright skies in Azerbaijan, looking lovely sun. We're going to see here no rain. So my insight or crystal ball was completely incorrect. And I will pass you over to Thunderballs for the start of round 11 at Azerbaijan.
Yeah, so it does look to be clear skies here at the start of the race, SJ. And the reason I emphasize the start of the race is because in about 10 to 15 minutes, we're going to see some clouds roll in. And that track temperature is going to start to drop. And the ambient temperature is going to start to drop. And we all know what happens when the track cools down. It gets slippery. So it'll be interesting to see what happens in the middle and the second half of this race.
Yeah, definitely. It's going to be very interesting to see how turn one is going to end up. You know, it could all go wrong for a few drivers, but we'll have to wait and see if we can make it through nice and clean. 45 people tuning in, got low fuel whilst 410's up on my time. Sebi, mate, very impressive time there. We didn't catch everyone, but Thunderballs, over to you, mate.
3, 4, 5 lights. They're out and away we go. Oh, no, there we go. Now they're out and away we go down to turn one. Everybody's kind of keeping it clean. A little bit of shuffling in the middle of the pack. And it looks like Plugger's holding the outside line with Boltzeroo going to the inside. They start to make single file line as they head down towards turn two. And the Arcs has spun in turn one, put it in the bin, probably lost a wing. But everyone else looks to be somewhat clean through. Little bit of shuffling going through, but Plugger going into turn three definitely is commanding the lead pack and the single file line through. Daniel T makes a move on with Matif to go up to P5. Everything looking somewhat clean still, so we have made it through Sector 1 of Baku with only one self-inflicted incident.
Right, here we go, coming through Castle, Plugger, Bolts, look at them all coming through Castle. You're going to see this very, very quick. Everyone in control, no one nervous. Let's have a look. Ooh, a little bit of the Ferraris having a little bit of a wiggle there. And then obviously we've got Arcs down there in P20 at the moment. Boltzeroo tried to get the move done in turn one on Plugger, and we've got a yellow, and Arcs has gone into Castle, and that brings out a VSC. Unfortunately, he's lost the whole front wing. Not the best start there for the Aston Martin driver at all. Plugger, though, leading the way. Boltzeroo, as I did say, tried to get the move in. As you can see, he definitely gave him enough space, but couldn't get the move done. So it's going to be a very interesting battle between the Kick and the Mercedes tonight. But Squash Josh, what a start from him, and what a start from the Williams in P4 and P5. And this could be strategy that wins the race tonight. Thunderballs.
Yeah, definitely. We're going to see these Williams work together and just try and mow down to the front of the pack. As we know here, DRS here in Baku is you need it. If you don't have it, it's a struggle to catch back up. So they're definitely going to be working together and leapfrogging each other to move up. There's been a few warnings out already. So we'll see. May see a few penalties to come out as Arcs ducks into the pits to replace his wing.
Yeah, let's go look at some position
and
as well. Sorry, carry on.
Oh, just we're at a VSC here. We've just gone green, and it's good to see nobody get drive-through penalties. If you were tuning in last night, you definitely saw 4 or 5 get handed out as soon as this happened.
Yeah. Well, we're on that. Dito's made up 1 spot. Daniel T's made up 2, so a great start for the Williams there. With Matif losing 2 spots, that's unfortunate for him down there in P6. Zoo losing 1 as well. Sebi staying where he is. Quasi gaining 1. Angus gaining 1 as well. Terrence losing 2. Sunsy gaining 4. What a start for him in the Haas. Shifty Fight gaining 1. Marzi losing 1. Hennessy gaining 2 as well. Good start from him in that P15. In a points place at the moment as well. Trio Kev losing 1. Protein gaining 2. Uncle Morty losing 6. So not the best of starts for him tonight. Pudgy Boy gaining 1 and Arcs losing 2 as well. But at the front, we've got Boltzeroo and Squash Josh. And I look at this race and I'm definitely looking at strategic. It is going to have to be a strategy to beat Plugger tonight. He's got the pace. But the DRS is extremely powerful here. And as we can see, Boltzeroo is ready to pounce and go for a move on Plugger for the P1 position. We've got Squash Josh behind, though. He's looking to come and get involved in that. No, he stays in behind, stays in formation, stays in P3. This is going to be be the race tonight. And if these guys continue to do this, they're going to pull away from Dino already, because he's 1.0.5. No, he's just back in with the DRS, and he'll try and keep his teammate Daniel T in. So Williams in a very, very strong position here tonight, Thunderbolts, because they're both in P4 and P5. So if they work together, they can stay with the pack and try and get the undercut or the overcut on how they're going to work out the Bolts, Plugger, and Squash Josh tonight.
Yeah, definitely. I've been watching the Williams in their pace because they have been teetering on that losing of the DRS when it comes to the line. And I think Dito's got to push a little bit in these, I'll call them slower sections of the race, to try and make sure he doesn't lose that DRS, as we see him push and just get into the back of Squash Josh. No contact, it was just him catching up. So he's doing the right thing and getting caught up, ready for the DRS going down the main straight, if it gets turned on in time. But they're definitely looking forward to maintain that.
Yeah, definitely. Because the Angus there actually clipped the wall. Hopefully there's no damage to that Mercedes. We're just looking at the car now. Coming in. Oh, he's got both plates there. Good.
No,
good
looks clean. Looks clean.
But he has clipped the wall. A little bit of a nervous bit there. Sutzy up to another spot. Here. Excuse me. Keep burping. Don't drink Coke while streaming. Plugger in P2. Bolts are in P1 at the moment. Is Squash Josh. Squash Josh has actually fell back a little bit. 7.5 temps. Burning that ERS. 17% ERS to Plugger's 4. And Bolts is 10. So they're burning a lot of ERS already. Dino saving the ERS. And the same with Daniel T as well. So the Williams are probably the ones to watch out for. And don't underestimate Latif as well. We've got a DRS train all the way down to P11, P8 at the moment. So, yeah, at the moment, a great battle between Bolt, Plugger, and Squash Josh. But they are burning their ERS, and it's easy to gain it back, though. So, it's going to be very interesting to see. But at the moment, Boltaru is leading this pack. Let's go a little bit further down the bottom. Marzi into the pits, onto medium tyres. Maybe have a bit of damage. We'll have to wait and see there. Pudgy Boy down there in P18 on those hards, and also Terrence on those hards as well. So keep an eye out on those hard compounds, because they will be the better tyre going into this race when these guys pit. But at the moment, the top three are very, very close to each other, and so far so good. Ooh, Zoov getting very, very slidey coming through Castle as well. We'll have to wait and see if anyone is going to benefit Castle tonight, Thunderbolts.
I think I don't think if is the right question. I think when and who is the appropriate one. It's bound to happen. Somebody will clip a wall somewhere. As we see Quezi retire. I'm not too sure what happened in the Alpine there. It looks like he may have binned it out of turn 15. He's very unfortunate for him. Hit the wall, brought out the safety car. So
someone's lost a plate. The Arcs drive through and speeding. Someone's lost a bit of wing as well, and that brings out a safety car. I'm just trying to work out, because I know.
The safety car was out for very Quasi. So
someone's hit
Arcs. Arcs has both wing plates. Marzi looks clean.
He's been into the pits already, so he'll be in a very good position, because
But we're seeing the front runners go into the pits and put on the hards. So
interesting here. Go onto the hards already. It is early, but we'll have to wait and see. And then Marzi gonna get the job done on those top four? No, they're already out already. So yeah, very quick. But Marzi's gonna pick up some serious positions here. Let's have a look. He's coming down the main straight. He's going to pick up.
Here's the thing. He's got the Delta. He'll probably pick up 6.
He's picked up P14.
So he's
going to have a teammate of Shifty Flight. And if another safety car comes out, he gets onto the hards, he's going to be on very, very fresh tyres at the end of this race. So he's going to be in a very, very good position at the moment. So we'll have to wait and see what happens. But yeah, Quasi doing fantastic in qualifying out of this race on lap 5.
Yeah, very unfortunate there. I can sympathize with where he went off. It can be a bit of a sketchy turn to take when you're trying to push through and get through the lap as quick as you can. Obviously, just maybe hit too much curb and send it into the wall because that curb on the inside is known to unsettle your car. Very easy to lose a right front tire there. But doing 22 laps on these hards, and we'll probably see. I mean, we all like to think the safety car is going to come in when they all pack up, but we're probably going to see one more lap under safety car
I don't know if we are.
before
Yeah, I think we are.
pull through
we will,
takes it away.
We will. Protein.
Yep.
Don't think we'll get.
Lights.
He might do. He might do. We'll have to wait and see because
Mr. Maylander still has the lights on. He still has the lights on, mate. So we're going one more.
Okay. All right. We'll have to wait and see because normally it can stop here, and this is when the guys start getting ready. So yeah, it looks like we're going to have another one. What's your thoughts so far? We've obviously seen a lot of these guys get onto the hard compound tyres. Question is, are these guys going to be as quick as they were on the mediums compared to the hards? That's going to be the question, as nothing changes at the front apart from Terence, who is now up into P4, Uncle Morty and Pudgy Boy up into P6.
Daniel T's unfortunately lost out on some positions. Yep. But as you say that, Morty goes into the pits. Look, I think tires aren't necessarily going to make a huge difference at this point in the race. All these guys are going to be on hards. They're all going to be cold. The hard tires that are 5 laps old that we see that Terrence and Pudgy have, they've probably got, hardly any tire wear. Probably less than 5% tire wear on them at the moment. So it's kind of a level playing field at this point. The unfortunate thing for those two that I've named, they still need to pit.
Yeah, that's going to be the interesting part there as well. Pudgy Boy and Terence in good positions, but they're on those 5-lap hards, and even though these hards can go a long way here, they're going to get very, very old, and obviously they are going to have to pit. So could help them in the race at the moment. But no, good start for Terence and Pudgy. Really good start there. 20 laps of racing remaining, and now Boltzer is in control of this race with his teammate down there in P7. So he's lost that one spot because he was P6 before the safety car coming in. So, and the Williams not too bad, P5 and P8, even though it was a double stack. So they'll be in good positions there. And Squash Josh, is he one to watch out for tonight? If he can stay within the DRS of Plugger and Bolt, he's got a real good opportunity of maybe even winning this race. It could have come down to the last lap. But what's your thoughts for Squash Josh tonight?
Well, here we go. The lights are out on the safety car. Bolts is going to start stacking them up behind him. I think Josh is in this with a chance. He's shown that he's got pace. He's able to keep up with the DRS, and he may be bringing it home for Red Bull. And I'm sure the TP David will be a little bit nervy, but excited to see what happens here.
Yeah, definitely. So, and if you've got any ideas of a prediction, Thunderballs, in the next 4 laps or 3 laps, let me know and I'll put it in. We'll fire one in, which is a different one.
Well, somebody just lost a wing. Somebody just lost a wing, getting punched up, and he's gone.
I think it's Pudgy.
He is gone.
I think it might be Pudgy. I'm just jumping on board with Pudgy at the moment. I'm not sure what's going on, but he's got serious pressure here. Look at Dido. He's really trying to get past Terence going into turn 1. Oh, it's going to be a fucking... Oh, there's a big accident there, and he's hit the side of Terence. Oh, I would have just stopped there a little bit, and I think he's got serious damage in the Williams. Oh, my God, it's a car park in turn 1. Oh, my God.
Safety cars, 3 safety cars. Here we go.
Yeah, it's an absolute car park, and look at this. Look at the drama
It's
here.
ugly in the back of the field.
Yeah, it's very ugly.
So it looks like... Arcs again, unfortunately. Trio Cav got in an incident. Oh dear. It just keeps getting worse for Arcs in that Aston Martin.
Yeah.
Another incident between Sutsi and Sebi, maybe?
Yeah, there's a big one there with Dido as well. He's completely missed there and hit the side of Terence, and Terence didn't really do anything wrong. He is on old hards, and Dido's gone straight into him, unfortunately. So, and he's actually lost that front left plate, so that's going to hurt him. And he probably want to let his teammate get through as quick as possible, because Yeah, that's going to hurt him. I don't know who's lost the front wing, so if anyone can let us know who that was, we're going to jump back right up to the top. Giordino trying
Hennessy.
to spear the Haas off at tip 1, yeah. Oh, it's Hennessy that's lost it.
Yeah, Hennessy lost a bit of the front wing.
Yep.
Saw it happen.
Yep. Ooh, logging on the brakes there. Ooh, the two Ferraris going at it as well, but we're going to jump back up to the top because Bolter is in control of this race with Plugger in P2, then Squash Josh, then Terrence in P4. Terrence is falling way back. Oh, someone's going side by side into the zigzag. Oh, that was scary. That was a little bit scary. And then, oh, look at this. Oh, straight through. Side by side, overtaking Pudgy there. Pudgy's getting absolutely overtaken by nearly every single car down that main straight. So the guys have got some serious pace there. And with Matif and Dino's ready to make the move. And Zoo goes up at a P5. Good moves going on here. But I'll tell you something though, Thunderbolts. The difference between Zoo and Terrence, 3.8 seconds. Terrence is now 2.4 seconds to Squash Josh. So the top three are clear to run away with this race.
Yeah, definitely. We're seeing that the battling happen behind them, and it's really costing everybody else, from P4 down, time. And that's the unfortunate thing. Those three at the top, you don't want to say they're going to work together to try and pull away, but they most likely are going to work together through battling down that straight to get away from this the chasing pack, as we'll say. And the battling, the argy-bargy that's happening and going too wide where you probably just shouldn't, it's gonna cost people some races. And it definitely looks like we've got some holdups in the packs behind, so it'll be interesting to see how this plays out.
Yeah, Terrence is in a good position. He's 1.5 behind Squash Josh, but there's a 4.6 second gap, and I reckon we'll see With Matif start to pull in on that gap at the moment. Go a little bit further down the back, we've got Marzi getting through up into P11, really good position him. He's on some very, very quick tyres, depending on how quick those meters are going to go. Oh, we've got two going wide. Oh, no! Shit, It's hit the wall and gone into the Mercedes of Angus. And it's all kicking off. I don't know why someone goes too wide through the zigzag. It is absolutely... Oh my days, look at Angus has got some serious speed, goes past Shifty. Does Shifty have damage in that McLaren? Yeah, he's got no front right plate. The plates are, everyone is losing plates going into some of these corners, and some of these guys are definitely going to want to see another safety car happening here as Zoo tries to get past With Matif, as With Matif back up to the P5 there, Terrence in the P4, 2.1, but he's in clean air, he's in a really good position, he can just stay out how he is and just mind his own business. And we're seeing a bit of a change here because Squash Josh now in a P2, Bolt's in the P3 and Plugger now in a P1. Then they're just going to stay in the DRS. But the question is we saw how quick Plugger was in quali. How quick is he going to be going into the remainder of this race? 6.5 tenths between Squash Josh and Plugger at the moment. So it's still a good gap. But Terrence has actually pulled that in from 2.4 to 1.5. So, interesting. Terrence has got some pace, but he needs to try and pull in the gap behind on With Matif, because those hards are going to go off before everyone else is. He's on 4-lap older tyres than the other guys at the moment, but a lot of drama in this mid-pack, Thunderbolts.
Yeah, well, on Terrence's pace is we've got two different mindsets between the lead pack and Terrence. The lead pack is we need to preserve these tires for 22 laps. We're 4 laps in, we've got 18 to go. Terrence is, I need to cook. Let me cook and get up front because I still need to pit. So he is going to be pushing to catch up into that DRS. And then maybe, hopefully, for Alpine and himself, there'll be another caution where everybody goes into the pits, and that will save his race. But right now, he's just trying to play catch-up, I reckon, the best he can. And lose behind him and get onto the chain. As we see, it looks like there was an incident. There it is, safety car. So another incident. I don't know what happened, but it looked like it was around the McLaren.
It is. Mazzy's got no front right plate. There is so many cars that have lost.
He's had no front right plate for ages.
Yeah, but so is Daniel Dido and Zoo also had no... Well, Dido... Yeah, there we go. Zoo's got no front wing. So it's Zoo. That brings in another safety car.
Okay.
And this is going to help.
So we are at number 3.
Yeah, we're at number 3 already.
We're halfway through another clean Baku.
All right, let's find out. Let's put a prediction in, see if we're going to see number 4. Will we see number 4 safety car?
And I'm going to hear when you hit enter so I can put my money on yes.
I should change it to yes, hell yes, hell no, hell yes, hell yes, yes, and see which one's right. But there we go. We're going to give that 5 minutes. Will we see number?
Well, the thing is,
safety car.
yeah, the thing is with Azu just goes into the wall. These safety cars, it's going to bunch everybody back up. And now, if you're Marzi at this point, do you go in for hards? I reckon you would.
Yeah, no, definitely. He's going to be on a very good situation. But the thing is, he's in track position. So, but here we go. We're going to go see Terrence coming in. So Terrence will be in great form there. This has hurt Terrence big time because now mediums, they're not going to go to the end. Oh, it's going to be close.
16 laps on the mediums here is a scary, scary experience.
I don't know. That's going to be tough. If he gets 13, he gets another extra couple of laps on the safety car, then he can, but they're going to be hurting. They are going to be hurting, and he's going to have to really strategize there. A lot of guys are going to go on mediums, and this is going to hurt them. They're going to be quick, but they are going to fall off very quickly. Interesting to see here. But Marzi's going to be in a great position. He comes all the way down here. He's on 3 lap hards now, so he's on 3 lap fresh tyres. Then the top 6.
Yeah. And really, really interesting that Pudgy has elected to not pit. He's missing a bit of his wing. He's been using hard since the start of the race.
Yeah, you got to come in, mate.
You got to make a gamble. We're almost halfway through.
He's obviously going number 4, isn't he? He's thinking there's going to be a number 4 safety car. So we'll have to wait and see here. But he is the thorn in the pack if you look at it, because he's right in the middle there. So if he doesn't have pace, he is going to hold up Protein, Stebby, Trio, Zoo, Uncle Morty, Shifty Flight, Sutsi, and Marzi, and Hennessy, and us. And the problem is, all of these guys are on fresher tyres than Pudgy. So there's going to be some problems.
And as we saw in Quali, a lot of these guys have pace.
Yeah.
It's just unfortunate events that have put them down at the back of the pack. So it's going to be some interesting overtakes here. And like they say, and I've said it before here tonight, safety cars breed safety cars. And one more, and that puts us at the max. Is that right?
Yeah, I think so. It could be, because have we had a VSC? Yes, we have had.
Yep.
We'll have to wait and see what happens there. Plug at the moment. So I'm just going to give you a bit of a heads up, guys, if you have joined in with us. 41 people tuning in. Thank you very much. We got to 51 earlier, so let's get back up to the big 5-0. Last race of the week before we have the reserve program tomorrow night, and then obviously socials on Friday night, and then we are back here on Saturday night for Division 1 for the Austria Sprint, and then for the big one for Division 4 on Sunday. Which is a nice little Easter present for you. 71 laps around Austria, ladies and gentlemen. And I can't believe you're going to be enjoying that, I'm sure. I think you're going to have a lot of sweaty seats and a lot of sweaty rigs. So make sure you've got a towel and make sure you're hydrated and ready to go, because it's going to be a long, long weekend as well. So at the moment, we've got Plugger in P1, Squash Josh in P2, the 2 Kick Saubers in P3 and P4. So it's really worked out for them. They are in great form at the moment. Can they make a big change or a big charge on Plugger or Squash Josh in this race? We'll have to wait and see. Without causing any damage, we'll have to wait and see what happens. We've also got the 2 Williams as well in P5 and P6, and I'm sure we have got their car fixed up with the fresh tyres or fresh car. Let's have a look. I'm just looking at the car now. I'm just trying to see what's going on. Yep. No. are we going? We've got two front plates there on the left and the right. Let's have a look. One on the left, one on the right. Yep. Dino getting a little bit squirrely there coming out. Yeah, so those cars are all ready to go and they're all fixed. Oh, Dino nearly losing the back end there. Warming up the tyres. That could have been a agile moment from Australia. So be careful, Dino. Those hards are going to be cold, mate. You don't want to be going into the wall, starting up on the safety car restart. Then we go a bit down there. We've got Terence in on those fresh mediums. Will those tyres go to the end there? That's going to be the question. That's going to be the question for a few drivers as well. We've then got Angus in P8, Pudgy in P9. He is going to be the thorn in the pack on those 11 lap hards. They are the longest tyre at the moment compared to everyone else. Everyone's going to have serious pace, so watch out for that. Will we see number 4? I think we may be seeing number 4 safety car. Then we've got Protein Group P10, Sebi and P11, Trio Kev, Zoo, Shitty Flight, Sutsy, Marzi, Hennessy, Arx, and Uncle Morty. What's Plugger going to do on this safety car restart, Mr. Thunderbolts?
Oh, he's obviously going to try and catch Squash Josh sleeping. And, he's doing a smart thing. He's already turned the battery on, so there's not going to be that flashing red indicator to let Squash Josh know that he's going. Just kind of wiggling back and forth, and he's off.
Oh,
so
no.
Shifty... Oh, no.
That's not good.
Shifty Flight gets a 10-second pen for ignoring a yellow flag. That'll be an interesting one to see what happens. Are we all through turn 1 cleanly?
It is. I think he's gone. Oh, here we go. We got more driver again. People are braking so late and going up to the backside of the next car, and there's another penalty for Zoo. So Shifty Flight has gone side by side. That will be looked at. It looks like he's gone side by side in the safety car, and that is not allowed. Pudgy down there in P11, then he goes into the wall. Look how many cars are going past him. The grip, the pace. Oh, there's one down in the wall, and I think someone's gone straight into the wall. It's absolute drama tonight. Shifty Flight is not having the night of his McLaren tonight. Down there in P19, it's not been the night. He's gone straight into the runoff area, getting that 10 seconds as well. And now he's 5.5 seconds behind Uncle Morty with damage as well. Not the night for the McLaren driver down there in P19. Marzi, though, getting away with it there in the McLaren down there in P15, and he'll just bide his time. He is in front, but he does have the 2 Hasses, and one the slow one and one the quick one. So we'll have to wait and see there. Going up to the top, though, Squash Josh is getting very, very close to Plugger, and I reckon we're going to see him pounce and try and get for the move here. Plugger could be under a lot of pressure, but we have to wait and see because he seems to be struggling on those hards. Josh has got the pace, the patience. Has he got the speed in the Red Bull? We'll have to wait and see as he's coming right up to him. There's no DRS enabled. Look at the traction. Look at the grip. And he's about to pounce. Is he going to make the move? Doesn't look like it for the time being. Looks like we're going to race on our hands for the top 3.
I would say it would be in Josh's best interest to wait until next lap to make a move. If he makes the move down the main straight on the next lap, he can bring both kick Saubers with him, and if Dito and Daniel T pick up the pace a little bit, he may be able to drag them all up with him and put Plugger down 2, maybe 3 spots. So I think that the smart play is for him to stay behind this lap, save his battery, and make the move going down the straight next lap.
Yeah, Plugger's under pressure. He's got 49% compared to Josh's 90%. So ERS management there for Squash Josh is absolutely fantastic. ERS management for Bolts, ERS management for Whiff, great. Plugger, not so much. He has not got the amount at the moment. He is running a none though in these sectors at the moment. Just going to see how everyone gets through Castle. Good. Oh, let's have a look through the Visa and the Haas and the McLaren and the Haas and the Ferrari and the Aston and the Red Bull, and then Shifty Flight as well. So everyone getting through the Castle. And Squash Josh up to 85, Plugger up to 60%, and he's ready to pounce and get the move done. The question is Boltsaru going to be able to try and get the move done as well? That would be a great move, getting a double on Plugger, but we'll have to wait and see here. 4.5 tenths. Does he take the zigzag? It's losing a little bit of the ERS now, down into 70, down into 60, Plugger into 43. He'll burn a little bit to try and keep out in front, but we know how powerful the DRS is, and here comes the Red Bull. And as we know in real F1, that car is a rocket ship in a straight line, and it definitely shows it. He gets the job done up into P1, Plugger down into P2, Boxer into P3. Back to you, Thunderbolts.
Yeah, well, I'm kind of surprised the kicks weren't able to keep it up, but they have definitely pulled up right behind Plugger on that DRS straight. So this kind of puts Plugger at a bit of an advantage to save his battery going into the next lap with DRS on Squash Josh, and puts Squash Josh under pressure now.
Oh,
And
Protein! Oh, sorry, Thunderballs. Protein's gone straight into the wall there and lost the front right plate there. Got the move done fantastically over Zoo on their second DRS zone, but then he's completely overcooked it and gone straight into the wall and damaged his front right plate. So he is down in P9. He's going to struggle on 10 lap hards, and he's got Zoo behind him with a really, really good front wing, but with that penalty. Back to you.
Yeah, Zoo's also on the 4-lap medium, so do you push? Here's the thing, do you push those mediums as hard as you can for 8 laps and then nurse them for the last 8? Like, what do you do with mediums? Those things are going to be cooked come the end of this race.
And as we see Shifty Flight getting past Pudgy there for P18, has to really slow down that car. He gets absolutely speed up the rear there by Pudgy, and Pudgy's lost his front right plate again. Oh, some of these guys' patience in the braking way too late. He's going to find it very, very difficult coming now through the zigzag to turn the car. Does get through there. I'm going to go a little bit further down. Daniel T and Dito have decided to switch. So who's got the pace here? Is it Dito or Daniel T? It's definitely actually Dito, even though he's dropped down into P6. Interesting to see there. Going a little bit back up to the top. Squash Josh still in control. Still in P1.
Well, the Williams have lost DRS on the front 4. So they're going to try and do that leapfrog thing where they help each other out through pace and DRS trade-off. So it looks like they're going to be bringing Terrence up into it too, and he's on some good mediums. Oh, Dito just makes a little bit of contact with the wall.
Oh, Hennessy's gone down.
Unfortunately.
Oh, look at this. We've got drama here. Look at this. We've got a bit of a car park going on here. We've got Hennessy trying to reverse. We've got Arcs reversing on track. And it's all going off at the back. And they've all gone off in the run-off, and they're having a little bit of a car park. Practicing their reversing skills there, Thunderballs.
Let's just hope none of them got rear wing damage. We all know what happens when you get rear wing damage in this game. You might as well bring the car into the pits and park it for the night.
So. Sorry there, Thunderballs. Josh does a little bit of Tokyo drifting coming out of Sector 3 and completely nearly loses the car. That would have been interesting. And going back to that car parking, I think they're learning on how to parallel park.
Yeah, not wrong. It's definitely been a tough night for the bottom 4 at the moment. I'm beginning to wonder if Crazy. As we see Plugger take the lead. Boltaroo double. Squash Josh down to 3rd. Going into turn 1.
This is great driving by these 3. They were
almost the triple. Whiff is just right on Squash Josh's bum at the moment. Going into turn 2. And as we know, there's another DRS here, but this is a tough straight to make a pass on unless you've got the full exit speed.
Yeah, definitely. Josh actually made a mistake in Sector 3, got onto the curb, nearly lost the car. That could have been curtains. Dito and Daniel T swapping there. Terrence is in there, and there's another safety car. And ladies and gentlemen, there you go.
There it is.
There's your safety. And that's Hennessy. They are not having the night tonight. And, well, what do we see now? Do we see mediums, or do we see those reds?
9 laps to go. I think that's a bit of a tough call.
Wow. 96% said no for the 4th number safety car. 53,000 coins on offer, and they've all got it wrong.
Sweet, so I'm getting a sweet payout.
Remember, we do not advertise gambling. 55,000 points going out there, ladies and gentlemen, and we are going to come very, very close in the next 10 laps on the 55,000 a two-door. Ooh. Oh, this could be interesting. We could see a track selection coming up very, very soon. I'm going to just double check and see if he has voted. He has voted. So we won't see a track selection from Tudor. Remember, guys, lap number 65,000 for track selection for season 9. So if you do have 65,000 points, you are welcome to vote. We will drop it down as soon as the vote comes in. So yeah, if you do have the points, then feel free. Right, Thunderbolts, there's been a lot of drama in this race. Azerbaijan has definitely been an interesting one, and we've seen a few people come into the pits going on to either mediums or softs, and Plugger deciding to stay out on those hard compound tyres. Is this a good idea?
Oh, see, I think Plugger made the right call here. These 13-lap-old hards, they've seen 2 safety cars, so we got 6 laps. They've only seen 7 laps of racing. They're probably 8-9% wear, if that. And we've got 8 laps to go. I think Plugger made the right call. Boltzeroo, I think, has made the wrong call. We saw it last night. There was Edge was in P2 or P3, and he decided to do the same thing and go for pit. And he actually ended up in the same spot, P11 or P10, and he wasn't able to regain his spot on the podium, unfortunately. And Bolts is going to have to go through a lot of traffic to make up that pit stop. So, same with Squash Josh. He's now down in P12. I think they should have stayed out on those hards, but you know, sometimes you got to make a decision and live with the consequences. But we'll see what happens. But this is definitely good news for Williams and Terrence and Zoo.
Yeah, no.
Like, it's unfortunate Zoo has the penalty, but this is going to save Terrence's tires and Zoo's tires for sure.
Yeah, definitely. 18 laps out of 26, and we've got 1, 2, 3 10s. 10 for Arcs, 10 for Shifty, and 10 for Zoo, and they've decided to stay out on those tyres and not serve those pens. Interesting call. Interesting call. I would get rid of the pens, and you are going to be absolutely a rocket ship, because this is going to be. This is the
last safety car we're going to see. So we get one more lap under safety car.
19. This is going to come in on lap 19. So I'd pit. I would. I'd get off the tyres and the softs. I don't know. They're 5 laps. You know, I don't think so. I'd get on the mediums if you've got them. Or just risk it. Risk it for the softs. Risk it for the biscuit. You know, you've got a lot of pens. 10. You know, and if everyone stays very, very close together, Shifty Fight's going to drop like a stone with that 10-second penalty as well. So, yeah, and same with Zoo. I'd get rid of the pen and try and make your way up through the pack, because you never know what happens in front of you. You could gain 5 or 6 positions by an incident. So, decisions to be made here. Going to be interesting to see what we're going to see. But at the moment, the top 4 decided to stay out those 14s. Now, that's an interesting strat, because if Boltzeroo does get past Shifty Flight, True, and Kevin Matt, he is going to be so quick, and he could put pressure on Plugger. But Plugger's still got a lot of pressure on him. He's still got pressure on Whiff, and he's still got pressure on Dido. Josh, though, going down there with his teammate there on those fresh mediums, have they made the right decision? This is going to be the question mark, isn't it? Going to be big question marks raised. Have these guys made the right decision? Because we're going to be coming up to, obviously, lap 20 with 6 laps remaining. And it doesn't look like we're going to see another safety car. So, decisions to be made here, Thunderbolts.
I think you want an answer to your question. Did they make the right decision? I'll give it to you. No, they didn't. It's quite easy to see. 7 laps in Baku to race on, and oh wow, Pudgy picks up a 10-second penalty for a collision with Marzi. But 7 laps to race in Baku. They're down P11, P12. Yes, it is a safety car. Yes, they're going to make up positions on penalties alone from Zoo and Shifty Flight. However, they've got 8 cars to pass to get where they were. And 4 of those cars have tremendous pace, regardless of whether or not those tires are 14 laps old or not. I would reckon to say they may be 14 laps old, but the wear on them might be 10%, maybe 11%. There's going to be hardly any wear in them. They'll be cold, sure, but at the same time, by the time Shifty or Boltaroo and Squash Josh make up any positions, those tires are going to be warm, and I think at best we'll see Bolts get P6. At best.
Yeah.
Maybe P5.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see what happens here. We're hearing a lot of drama and whinging about, obviously, the Delta situation. You can't police a Delta, unfortunately. The game obviously allows a Delta in certain areas. The guys at P1 get completely different
He's on.
Delta to the guys in midfield, don't they? So Delta is going to be a hard one to police. Front wing's gone. Someone's front plate's gone again. We have lost so many front plates in this race tonight. Division 3 have been very aggressive in some of the racing tonight, and no patience, and going into the walls is just overspeed, just not being a little bit easy on the brakes there. But we are racing at the moment. Plugger in P1. Let's have a look at the back. Arx is in. Pudgy Boy's into the pits. I think that's his race done. Sebi coming around there into P14, and we've got moves going on left, right, and centre here. Look at this. There's a massive car park here. Shifty Fight doesn't get himself involved, and now he gets himself out of that. Good job there from the McLaren driver, even though he is sitting with that 10. What's going on? He's going side by side with the Alpine. You do not want to be going side by side there. Is he going to be able to turn the car around? God, some of these guys going in. Now going into Castle. Some of the guys. You can't overtake there. PST Sebi getting a lot more speed there on Uncle Morty. These guys just seem to be a lot more quicker in some areas of the track, and some guys to be a little bit slower in some areas of the track. But out of the front, Plugger still leading this race. 3.5 temps out in front to Withmateeth, then Dito, then Daniel T, then Zoo, then Protein Group. Where has he come from? Terrence.
I was going to say.
Shifty Fight P8, Boltsuri P9, Squash Josh in P10. He is zooming on them tyres, and he is following Boltsuru. They are like making the decision together, and here we go. It is old mediums versus fresh mediums versus old mediums. But as you can see, Boltsuru does not have the pace on that McLaren. Shifty Fight goes for the move. He's gone for it. He's got it all wrong there. Terrence gets out of the way. Boltsuru gets involved in it. Squash Josh misses it. It's all going on in that midfield pack between P5 and P8. Shifty Fight involved again. Boltsuru then trying to get the move down on Shifty Fight. Shifty Fight now up at the P7. Zoo down in P5. Going a little bit further back down. We've got Terrence then sucks in and Tune Kevin Sebi. Uncle Morty Arx Marzi. Marzi not having the best of nights at all, just trying to score a point or some points for McLaren tonight. It's been an interesting night, but be very careful on the brakes there. Arx has had not the best of races at all. They've got Angus down there in P17. Merck, another driver, Mercedes driver, not having a best of nights as well, which has been unfortunate for him. Hennessy, not the best of nights. He's on Pudgy with that incident. It is all going on with 5 laps of racing left. Thunderbolts.
Yeah, well, I was going to comment on Protein Group just made contact, but to touch on Protein Group, he made very quick disposal of Terrence after the safety car restart, and now he's looking to overtake Zoo, who's on those 10-lap old mediums. Now, the good thing for him is that Zoo is right on Daniel T's bum, so if he is able to overtake Zoo, he'll be right up with Daniel T, and Daniel T's lost DRS to the front 3. So these front 3, and Plugger, Whiff, and Dito, they're going to start to run away with it for sure. So the rest of it really comes down to what's going to happen with P4. And Boltaroo and Squash Josh are already up to 8 and 9 respectively. So 2 laps green, and they've moved up 3 spots. So it'll be interesting to see how quickly, if they can dispatch a Shifty Flight, as Boltaroo gets around him, and it looks like Squash Josh has look on the inside. But if they can get around Shifty,
He's got into the wall! He's
Squash
lost
Josh
it!
into the wall!
He's lost
and that is his race over.
Safety car! Oh my
How?
God!
I thought we were maxed out.
No, 5. Oh,
And that's very unfortunate for Hennessy, because Josh was across the center of the track. Like, if I were Hennessy, I'd look at getting that removed, but at the same point, Hennessy's in P17, so he's nothing's really gonna happen with him.
I can't believe it. I cannot
Points
believe
wise
it.
from the looks.
Josh does not get a break. Like, seriously, he's gone for the overtake and his whole car has just lost it and he's gone straight into the wall. Oh,
Now I'm
man.
unsure if there was contact with another car or if he lost it on the curb.
Well, Shifty Flight hit the wall and then was a little bit slower. Josh got
Oh,
a
he
better
caromed.
traction and then tried to make the overtake and then lost it and then went straight into the wall. I think it's lost the traction on the car. Oh, man. Oh, I'm devastated for him. I feel for him. He must be fuming. Absolutely fuming. I don't know what Pudgy Boy is doing. Slowing right down. The pens are wrapping up. Now, what are we going to see? What are we going to see Plugger go for the softs? Are we going to see?
Absolutely not.
No.
If he goes for a pit stop, that's the worst decision Mercedes could do.
No, let's have a look.
And Plugger would do. Like,
I think
it is. It would.
No. Whiff.
No, he makes the right call and stays out. By the time they go back to racing, there's going to be 2 laps. And again, his tires may be 18 laps old, but they've done 8 laps of racing.
For me, I still cannot believe that there is still 18 cars on this track. I am absolutely gobsmacked of what we've seen, the amount of wings lost, plates lost, pens lost, and we only still have 2 DNFs. Crazy literally from the start, and Josh just DNFing now. Incredible. I don't know how it's happening, but it's happening, and well,
garages and teams across this race are going to be pissed off because all these new tariffs that have come out, they're going to have to be buying all this carbon fiber to replace everything that happened tonight, and it's just going to cost a mint. Like the amount of wings, like you said, that we've lost tonight, it's unreal. We've probably lost about 60 wings.
And we're still running with 18 cars.
Yeah, and I genuinely don't know how that is.
How is that happening? It looks like it's been an absolutely fantastic weekend, in Baku, but then you look at it and you probably say the driving standards has probably not been the best, but finishing with 18 cars and then obviously look at the stream, you probably think, well, that's a result, Yep, it is a result. It's great, but how the hell are we finishing with 18 cars of what we've seen on track? There's been so much drama, so much happening. And we've got 3 laps of racing remaining. And on that note, with 3 laps of racing remaining, who's your driver of the day?
No. I'm going to say the wall. The wall is definitely the driver of the day.
It's not. It's actually not. It's not an option, unfortunately. So, give me a driver of the day, Thunder.
Look, if I had to pick a driver of the day, I mean, Plugger is without a doubt the no-brainer. He's been in this since he's been in P1 since pretty much the beginning of the race, and he's definitely going to get the mention. But if I were to pick a dark horse, I'd go Protein Group. He's gone up. He was out in Q1, and he is in P6 at the moment. He's kept it somewhat clean. I think every driver here has kept it somewhat clean for the most part. In the top 7, they've kept it somewhat clean.
So who are you going for? Plug or Protein?
I'm going to say Protein Group.
Okay.
Plugger's the obvious one.
Yeah. Okay, well there you go. There's driver of the day. Now it's my turn. Who do I go for? Hello, Panic Mate. How are you going? Because I'm not just going to go on DMs. I've got a DM. Who's DMing me? No DMs at the moment. No, I've got no DMs. Oh yeah, DMs. Okay, all good. If you've got to do, that's fine, man. No drama. I can finish off at the end. I'll put your vote in though. All good. Okay, right. So we will. I'm going to go Protein. I think Protein Group. Unfortunately, tonight it's been fantastic. So I'm going to go with Protein Group as well. So There we go. Team group. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, they are our driver of the day nominations. At the moment, we will not put a poll up because we've both gone for the same person. So, as it stands, Protein Group will get driver of the day as it stands. But no, I think Thunderballs is gone, so I will do the rest of the race on my own. We've got the safety car coming in. Positions still, we've got 2 or 3 laps of racing remaining. Can anyone get Plugger in this race? Whiff is on 19, Dado's on 19, Daniel T's on 19, Zoo is on 13. Can he cause a bit of a problem or a bit of a storm? We'll have to wait and see there. Do not underestimate Bolt Saru either. He's on those 6-lap mediums. He's going to be very, very quick, and it depends on the start that he gets. Remember, you cannot go side by side on a safety car restart, so please stay within formation behind. Plugger now has to nail this start and get away. It's going to be hard here because he is on old, hard compound tyres, so the guys below him are going to be very, very fast, and we've seen you can lose the lead very easily here, as Angus has just got a 10-second for hitting Pudgy there, so we'll have to wait and see. As when Plugger going to go? Let's have a look. Look how close Whip Latif is to him. He is ready. Oh, and he's gone. There we go. Plugger has decided to go. We've got side-by-side action there. Someone staying behind. A little bit of drama. Sebi's into the pits, and I think he's going to call it. That might be his race done and dusted. We'll have to wait and see. Plugger leading, going into turn 1. Then we've got Whiff Latif. Then we've got Dido. Then we've got Daniel T. Everyone keeping it clean. Nice and done there. We've lost the Alpine. It's gone very, very slow there. There's a little bit of drama at the back. Let's have a look. We've got Arx coming in. We've got Sebi coming in. And no, he's going to continue. Plugger still leading the way. 3.5 tenths to Whiff Latif. It's going to be all about DRS. We've got Pudgy Boy. It's gone round. He's into the wall. Unfortunate there for Pudgy Boy, not having the best of races tonight. We've got then Dido. Everyone is so close. Can we go to gap instead of leader? Yes, we can. There you go. Whiff Latif, 3.5 tenths. Dido, 3.5 tenths. Daniel T, 3.5 tenths. What can the Williams do? Can they bring something at the back? They've got 1 lap to do it. And we are going to have DRS, ladies and gentlemen, on this lap. So this is going to be very interesting. Bumper Cars Fest. Yes, it has been tonight, unfortunately. Look, front wing there, lost by Trio Kev. We've got a bit of drama going on there. Is there yellows? Let's have a look. Shifty Flight up there in the P8. Boltsaru in the P7. Really trying to get past Protein Group. Do not push him. He's had a fantastic race so far. Boltsaru really trying to get the move done. Back up to the top. We've got yellows. That looks like it's Sebi at the back. Whiff Latif still close to Plugger. He's ready to pounce. 75%. Goes to 82. He needs to go for the move. What does he do now? Does he go for the move now? He needs to get the move done now because the next race he's going to have DRS, so everyone's going to burn it. Is anyone going to make the move on Plugger down this main straight? It doesn't look like it. We are coming on to the last lap, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. DRS is enabled. Plugger is in control of this race, but Whiff Latif is so close. He can see it. So can the Williams drivers, and so can Zoo, but Zoo does have that penalty. Plugger still leading the way here. Whiff Latif, 4.5 tenths, 70%. Plugger, 54. Whiff Latif, is he going to go for the move? It looks like he's gearing up for the move. He's gearing it up for it. Is he going to go for it? No, he doesn't. Stays in behind. Stays in behind as hell. Dido stays in behind. Daniel T stays in behind. Zoo stays in behind. Everyone is going to go for it. Can Plugger hold on? 62% versus 86% against Whiff. It's all going on behind though. Protein Group has gone into the wall. No, sorry. Terrence has gone into the wall. Lost a bit of his front plate. It's all going on in the mid-pack. Protein Group round the outside of Terrence, gets up into P7, suts it all. A little bit of a snap there from Pro Terrence. Back up to the front again to Plugger. Now going through the castle. Do not lose it through the castle. Everyone keeping it clean. Oh, Whiff Latif has lost it a little bit. He's lost a bit of traction. Is he going to get grab up this? He does. Still behind Plugger. It's going to be very, very tight, ladies and gentlemen. I do not know how this is going to finish. We've got drama going on in the back. Massive car park at the back there. Back up to the front because we are coming to the closing stages of this. Marzi with a penalty. Whiff Latif has 3.5 tenths. He's got the gap to get Plugger. Can he get the move done? He needs to get the best traction. Here we go. 65, 68, 65, 52. Daniel T's not going to do it. Dino's got a massive opportunity. Whiff Latif needs to burn everything he can. He's got the DRS. I think this is Whiff Latif's for the win. Can he do it? Here comes the DRS. Whiff Latif is coming on the right-hand side. Is he going to get the job done to the final whistle? Oh, it's gone. 0.013. Oh, Plugger, hold on. And Dido Dido just stays in there with P3. I'm probably going to get absolutely bollocked because I've gone nuts on that. That was absolutely fantastic. To the line. Wow, Plugger and With Matif and Dido. What a race by them top three, and what a night for the Williams there. Absolutely fantastic there for those three guys. Unfortunately, we did lose a few at the end. And Marzi, unfortunately, with the DNF there, and Angus down there in P14, Sebi in P15, unfortunately, up to no points. Oh, what an interesting night we've had tonight. But we will jump on board with some interviews very, very shortly. And Bolts has left before the time boards. We'll have to wait and see if he will be DSQ'd, because that is not what you want. Ladies and gentlemen, that race is done. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Whew. That was insane. Yeah, definitely. What a draw. Yeah, no, it is, honestly. If you got the attraction, well, you get the job done, but unfortunately it didn't happen. Yeah, so there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Plugger taking the win, 0.13 to the line there. Great job from Plugger. Definitely showing that dominance going into the Easter holidays as well. Well done. Great job. Great job from the Williams as well, though, in P3 and P4. And we will jump on board with some interviews in a second there. And Protein Group will get the driver of the day. Great job from him. So, yeah, we will be jumping on board, and I will be tagging these guys in. Fastest lap does go to Art, but unfortunately will not get it because there is only 15 drivers that get the fastest lap. So, great job. Yep, definitely is, but unfortunately it's too late now. These guys have got a lot better. Unfortunately, not a best night for Quasi, Josh, Pudgy, or Marzi there. But yeah, what a night that was for the top three. And we're going to jump on board with some interviews very, very shortly. I'm just going to tag these guys in. All right, so we've got Plugger with Dido and Lucas. Please join comms box. Okay, so we'll wait for these guys to jump in. Pro. Wow. There we go. Let's wait for these guys to jump into the comms box. I'll have to wait and see what happens here. Jump on to the... I can't... for some reason... Oh, there we go. Got Plugger in. With Matif is in. And hopefully we can get Lucas in very, very shortly. And we get Dido in as well. There we go. So I'll jump on board very soon. Go over to Protein Group. Let's get him in. If someone can tag the comms box for me, it would be good, because for some reason I'm having problems with my computer. So if someone could tag, I'll tag him now in here again. Yeah, thanks, Jay, man. If you could just tag Lucas to jump in the comms box, that would be great. Known as Protein Group. That would be awesome. If not, then we'll go over to P3. I think Thunderballs, are you still here or have you gone? Nope, we've lost Thunderballs. He's gone. Okay. All right. Well, we'll go over to P3 of the night. And if we do get Lucas, awesome. Right. First of all, Dido. What a night. Baku has obviously been a very interesting night. across the board, across the whole weekend from Division 2 to 6. And obviously, you guys got to have a go tonight. We still can't believe that we only saw 17 people still finish the race. There was a lot of a lot happening on track. But give us a little bit of a gauge from qualifying to the race. Your insight.
Yeah, it's good, man. Like I can't be disappointed with P3, but definitely a lot of drama in that race and a lot of what ifs, I guess you could say. It's just we were chasing our tail the whole race, just trying to recover, I guess you could say. And yeah, it ended up okay. P3, P4. It's what we could have hoped for, but yeah, not smooth sailing, mate. Definitely not.
No, definitely not. Definitely not. Looked a lot of impatientness tonight. You know, a lot of front wings, a lot of plates. You actually lost one of yours. Got involved in a little bit of an incident there with Terence. I think missing your brakes and hitting the side of him, and unfortunately, obviously lucky to not obviously have more of a damage, but maybe just people being a little bit too quick in some areas of the track, which is probably not the best of places to make overtakes or break, would you say, tonight?
I didn't lose any wing or anything in that situation, but yeah, the move was okay. It was the from behind the Haas. We went free, tried to go free wide into turn one. It's never going to work. So yeah, unfortunate for me and Terence. Terence luckily got away with it and no harm. I was the one that copped it. But yeah, I wouldn't have locked up if I didn't get dive bombed on. So yeah, it's all good, mate.
Yeah, interesting night. We'll obviously go over to next week. We've got a very, very big night next week. First ever 100% Austria, 71 laps around Austria. How you feeling?
Yeah, I've won at Austria. I love Austria. It's a great track. It's very drama filled, I guess you could say, like this. Bit weird not doing a sprint there. Done sprints there a lot, but yeah, a bit different, mate. 100%. I need to obviously get a good result there, but yeah, tonight is done, and we'll move on to next week. It's very good points for the team tonight. So yeah, it's mixed feelings, mate, for sure.
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, P3 and P4 for Daniel T as well, and it's been like that most of the season, hasn't it? With you guys, you seem to switcheroo and take turns on the podium.
Yeah, it was tonight. Tonight was the first time that we were close together for most of the race. We were actually going to try toe for the first time we've done all season, and that completely got shafted. So, yeah, won't be doing that again. So yeah, try something. Didn't work, but no fault of our own. It's just how racing is sometimes. So, just yeah, you could see it. On the qualifying, it's crucial with that toe. I was very very confident in the first two sectors, but yeah, that last you can't do much without a toe there. So, yeah, we tried something different, mate, and he really helped me tonight. Obviously, with all the drama, and if I made a mistake or something, he was able to help me out there. So yeah, it was really good having him behind, and yeah, it could have gone either way at one point. Maybe we were pretty under the rails at one point, but yeah, he did really well.
Definitely one set of questions tonight. Unfortunately, Istanbul's has disappeared. Unfortunately, I've had to go. Last one I'm going to talk to you before I let you go is last lap. Give us a little bit of an insight from your POV, because you could see, DRS is extremely powerful in Azerbaijan on that last sector. And if you've got 6.5 tenths in front, then you've won the race. But with Matif was 4.5 tenths, and you weren't that far back. Unfortunately, Daniel T was out of it. He was too far back. Could you have got Whiff? Could you have got Plugger on that last lap?
Yeah, what a lot of what ifs, man. Same situation as where was it, Portugal? I'm still trying to learn these sort of last dash to the line things. I had full battery coming onto the straight. I probably just burnt it too early. I was running a quite a high downforce setup, to be fair. That's what I prefer. But I was well aware of that, and I was lacking on the straight, so I didn't really, I kind of settled for P3 earlier on in the lap because I didn't really think I was able to do anything on that last straight. My hope was obviously to make a move of some sort earlier on and I could pick up the scraps. But, it just didn't go that way. And, the championship gets harder.
Yeah, it does, and obviously another dominant performance from Plug, only just consistent every week. But no, and obviously, if I would advise you, I'd watch this stream and just watch lap 26, because that last lap is exhilarating, especially to the line. But
Oh,
no,
yeah, I can hear him. Yeah.
congratulations on the P3. Have a great Easter holidays, and we'll see you in Austria next week.
Cheers, bro. Thanks.
Okay, right, we're going to go away from P2 for the minute, and we're going to go over to the driver of the day from the vote tonight. Lucas, known as AKA Protein Group, mate, had the quali ban going into this race. Ended up finishing P7, mate, and getting driver of the day. Give us a little bit of an insight on your race tonight.
Yeah, it was more of just a damage limitation race, starting from the back of the grid for that quali ban, but yeah, just a lot of chaos, which is within the nature of the track. So yeah, just navigating all the crashes and stuff, just staying out of trouble, get to your places. Got in a few tangles myself, but other than that, yeah, as long as you can stay out of incidents around this track, then you can get to pretty good spots by the end of it.
Yeah, definitely, and it looks like that's what happened with you tonight, which is fantastic. And you obviously got your full-time position now with Ferrari. You're battling against your old team on track as well, and obviously a little bit of a rivalry with them. How you feeling going into Austria next week? 71 laps around Austria.
Yeah, I think I feel a lot more confident in Austria. Obviously, pre-season wasn't the best when I was multiple seconds off the pace, but no, I think Austria will hopefully be a track for us. Hopefully, we can get both cars up there because Hennessy was having a bit of a torrid time today. So, yeah, the plan is to just try and work together and get our constructors lead up because neither of us are going for the driver's title at the moment. So, yeah, but I honestly I feel pretty confident for Austria next week.
Yeah, I hope so, because not to go over old ground, mate, we did that in pre-season and you raced in both races and DNF'd in the same spot in both races in that Sector 3. So hopefully things go to plan for you in Austria. But no, congratulations on the driver of the day, and have a great Easter holidays.
Yeah, thanks, mate. Have a good Easter.
Cheers, mate. All right, we'll go over to P2. Now, this guy's heart must be beating extremely fast, and I reckon P1's does as well. With Matif, what a night, mate. You did not leave literally Plugger or Josh all night. You were in the top three, then into P2, then into P4, and then switching around with your teammate. And and then obviously going into the final hurdle, 0.013 across the line, which I'm probably getting absolutely bollocked because I've just woken up my wife with screaming and shouting. What a night for you again. And you definitely don't disappoint every week. 100%. Fantastic watching you drive, and another podium, mate. Give us a bit of an insight on your quality in your race tonight.
That was so close.
Indeed it was, mate. Indeed it was.
But it's one of those situations where you look back in hindsight and think what you've done wrong. On that last lap, I got out of Plugger's slipstream like a split second too early, and now that we know the gaps, that would have been it. So it's definitely on your mind. But yeah, I think P6 or 7 at one point, about 7 seconds away from the lead pack. So yeah, not too bad from that point, but yeah.
Yeah, give us a little bit of an insight into that last lap, because we saw you got a little bit squarely coming up out through Castle, and then you still managed to keep that 4.5 tenths behind Plaga. And I know in Azerbaijan through so many races and so many seasons that if you're 6 tenths in front, you win the race. depending on DRS and you've got multiple battery, you win the race, right? If you're under 5.5 tenths, you've got an opportunity of winning the race. You were 4.5 tenths behind him, and just give us a bit of an insight from your POV to that final lap.
Well, I was struggling in Castle like pretty much every lap. I think the closest I got to that wall was under safety car, and that was when the joystick kind of slipped out of my hands. So I'm very lucky on that part. But yeah, I asked Tudor and Josh because they were in the call. A super unlucky race for Josh, by the way.
Yeah, definitely.
He was doing super well. But yeah, I was asking them, oh, when do I overtake him? And they were like, oh yeah, just get on his ass and then try and overtake him. I was like, well, I've got Ditto on my ass, so I can't do much. But yeah, managed to keep it. And then just tried to save battery through the whole lap, really.
Okay.
But yeah, just ran out of juice right at the end.
Let's go over the situation every week now. We're seeing Mercedes do the toe, hardly get it wrong. We've seen McLaren do the toe, hardly get it wrong. And now we're seeing the kick, and it's being an ongoing thing between you and Bolts. And we're seeing it benefit you guys massively every week. How much has it changed your driving since you've had the recruitment of Bolts as your teammate?
Heaps. I was struggling to get podiums before Bolts, but yeah, since he's been signed, we work together really well. We do toes, even in the race, we just work together super well. So yeah, I'm glad to have him on board as well. He had a good race as well, but yeah, just unlucky safety cars and the backpack being a little bit too aggressive. But yeah, he could have had good results as well.
Yeah, well, going into Easter holidays, that's a great result for you. We've got Austria next week, 71 laps. If we've seen how you drove tonight, you're going to have to do that for even longer. Patience is going to be the key. It's probably going to be a very, very fast-paced race. And obviously, no room for error. How are you feeling going up against these guys again for 71 laps around Austria?
It's a bit of a tricky one because I don't know if you remember in the pre-season race for Div 3, it was mainly me, Daniel, and Dito at the front, fighting even right up to the last lap. But now that Plug is in there, we've got Boz as well, and here's other people that could be up there. It's going to be a little bit difficult, and I don't think I'm as quick there now as I was sort of towards the start of the season. So, yes, we'll see.
No, mate, absolutely fantastic end of the week for Division 3, and that wraps it up for all the league races, apart from the reserve program tomorrow night. Great job again, and really, really pushing on in that championship as well. Still opportunity for Fight for Plugger, but he is actually bringing that gap further and further away from you guys as well, but still a long way to go. Do you believe in some sort of hindsight that you can still win it? Or do you believe that Plugger is just pulling away too quickly and the consistency and on each race is just too much?
It's definitely possible. But I think at the moment we're just aiming for the constructors. It's very close between Mercedes, Williams, Kick. It's way too close. So we're just focusing on that at the moment. But yeah, drivers is definitely still in the sights.
Awesome. Well, congratulations. Nice to talk to you twice in the comms box tonight. Have a great Easter, and we'll see you in Austria.
Like that. See you.
Okay, right. Going to flick that message in, guys. A little bit of a long message there for you before we do start to talk to the winner of tonight's race. And he did not have that easy. He was followed very, very closely by Josh, by Bolts all night, and it went to the final lap, which is always good to see. Plugger, mate, you is your heart pumping?
G'day, gents. Yeah, or gent. I
Yeah,
think some
just me,
politics
mate.
on, but Yeah, what a race, what a finish, I guess more so. I declared the loss. I came out of the last or second last corner and went, oh well, we're winning this one. But yeah, held on. 0.013, I think it was finish. So.
Yeah, it just, those finishes are extraordinary. After what we see tonight, there was a lot of stuff going on. It's a race that was jam packed, and it definitely did live up to it tonight. What Baku does live up to: Carnage 101, Patience, Castle. Lots and lots and lots and lots of front wings disappearing. Thunderballs already did state that we probably caused about $60 million worth of damage tonight. So yeah, if any of you've got your P45, then you're gone for next week. But let's talk about your race. Obviously, your qualifying time in Q3, a 37.8, I think it was. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. Where did that come from?
Yeah, well, I actually didn't think I was going to improve. The first lap I did in Q3 was a 38.0, I think. And I was stoked with that. Daniel was in front perfectly for me for the last straight, and I thought that was a massive lap. Box put new softs on him, and thought I'll go out and try again. And I think I was actually probably 3.5 or 4 tenths up coming into the last corner, and then lost it on the toe. But yeah, just put the lap together. It was a good lap. When you have those laps and you go, that felt good. Like every part of that quality lap felt good. But I mean, it does help having done Div 2. I've got some extra practice at the track and
definitely
know the lines and know where the limits are. So yeah, a bit of extra practice there. And yeah, just put it together, which I didn't really put it together in Q1 and 2. Sort of just did a half. They were good laps, but it wasn't great. So glad that one together to take pole.
Yeah, definitely. It was an incredible lap, and we also saw you giving your teammate the toe and working out with Angus tonight. And that actually didn't go to plan for him. It went to plan for you, but not for him. He actually got knocked out of Q2, which is a first for Angus. And we've seen you two have been very, very consistent in Division 3. And obviously tonight, you do have those races. Obviously, the Ferraris had an absolute meh. Obviously, apart from a protein group, the McLarens obviously won DNFing and Shifty Flight getting involved in a few incidents tonight. We saw Squash Josh, unfortunately, lose the rear and go straight into the wall. A lot of drama. But the kicks are really, they're on your tail, mate. Left, right, and centre. Both of them. It's like, are they, an opportunity tonight for both of them to get you? And obviously, it didn't happen. Bolts decided to pit. People are probably going to question that and think, difficult thing to do. Come to the last lap. Give us your insight on the final lap, because we see that Whiff lost it coming out of Castle a little bit. Dido then had to slow down as everyone else has to slow down as it's a domino effect. He then managed to stay behind you. And like I said, if you're 6 tenths to 7 tenths out in front, you win the race. And he was 4.5, I think, or 5 tenths behind you. And it was going to be a race to the line. So give us a little bit of an insight from that last lap, the pressure that you were under, in regards to obviously your ERS management as well.
Yeah, I guess it starts way back at the restart of the safety car for 2 laps of racing. Obviously, one lap was always going to be under DRS, the other wasn't. And I knew that Whiff wouldn't want to lead. Well, I didn't really want to lead, but at the same time, I thought if I gave up the lead to play, well, I wouldn't say DRS chicken, because that's chicken involves causing, people to slow down in incidents. But, giving up the position by not burning, I didn't want to risk the fact that I could have then led and won if I didn't make it happen. So I just went, right, no, I'm gonna stay in front. I burnt a fair bit going down to start the last lap, and then just saved the whole way, because again, I didn't think Whiff would send it on me going through any of the corners in the middle sector. So just saved the battery. And I think from what I know, we both, or all of us, probably had 100% going into Castle or coming out of Castle. Yeah, and I got the line right going through Castle. I think he made a tiny error, but it kind of didn't matter. We were still too close coming through that coming into the last sector. And then, as I say, I exited. I don't know what turn it is, but second or third last one before you just do the fast left rights. And I said to Pep and Angus, I said, Whiff's won this. He was too close. I thought he was done, but I'd be interested to know what wings he was running. I was running 10-15, and it just seemed that I had enough. I had full battery, burnt every last bit, and yeah, hung on and celebrated when we crossed the line. I couldn't even tell if I'd won. I was trying to find the timing screen to work out if I was in front or second or whatever, and because the fastest laps kept coming up, and yeah, it was confusing, but yeah, fantastic race, and I think there's a bit of chatter, around the tickets, few incidents from it, but
Yes.
from my side of things, the top 6, 7, 8, we're racing really clean and really competitively, and Dito or Whiff could have easily sent it. Like if you want the position, they could have gone for it and caused chaos, but I feel like everyone's got the respect for the drivers in the league. I mean, the top part of this div to go. That's not worth it. We've just raced a long race at Baku. Let's show some respect and try and win the right way. And I feel like that goes both ways. So I've got utmost respect for them as well.
Well, definitely, and then that's always good to have. You need to have that respect against the drivers. And we saw going into even the first turn on lap one, the Bolts actually put it on the left-hand side, but just didn't have the traction to get out and get out in front of you. And then you obviously took the lead going into turn two, won the first DRS straight, and we could just see that the momentum of the guys, they were just staying in behind, and obviously the biggest probably unfortunate tonight was Josh. He got the traction and got the speed on Shifty Flight coming out of turn two, but then just the whole rear just went and he went straight into the wall, and that was that. It was game over, and he had such a fantastic race. And that's the disappointment, you do so well and all of a sudden you make just one error and boom, it costs you a race. Unfortunately, with you at the moment, that's not the case. It's consistent plugger every week.
Fortunately,
Yeah.
thank you.
No, I'm just saying, but for fortunate for you and for the rest of the guys, you're consistent every week, which is causing them problems because they can't seem to gain the momentum. That's what I meant, sorry.
You're right, I'm only staring you.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, no, you
Stirring
are
because
right.
I'm a McLaren driver, I know. But no, you're very consistent every week. You've got you had the up on Division 3 this week because you did take part in Azerbaijan and you had a fantastic result in there. Obviously, people are putting up banners now saying Div 2, Div 2. You would have probably been Div 2 last season, but we only promoted 3 drivers. Unfortunately, you weren't one of them. You've definitely shown that you've got the pace in Division 2 and Division 3, probably more in Division 3 at the moment to go into Division 2, but obviously that changes when the 25 game drops. And you're showing it. You're showing it every week, but you're not running away with it. It's becoming extremely close, and these guys are going to come to the situation where they're going to come to a track which is beneficial more for them than you, and probably take it. Do you believe, though, with this win again, going into Austria, obviously it's a long, long race, do you believe that you're starting to pull away that gap for that championship?
Coming back, I guess, to your other comments, you are right. Like it's consistency, but I think it's not consistency from pace gain. It's consistency in being smart. I'm not the fastest at every track, which is why I don't run away, as you say. Like, I'm not running away with a win. It's just that I'm consistent in terms of keeping it smart, keeping it on track, and knowing when to burn and not to burn, and knowing when to overtake and not to overtake, which means I stay in the fight. And then at the end, I'm smart enough to, at the moment, I seem to be able to, I guess, make the right call to pull away when I need to. But championship wise, it's still anyone's game. I mean, it's a track like Baku. I know it's done now, but for example, you hit a wall and you're out. There's 25 points potentially. Dito and Whiff are right on my tail, and they're not going to let up. So there's a bit of pressure there. yeah, I think we're having some good fun doing it, and I'm sure that next weekend it's a whole another story.
Yeah, definitely.
But Austria, I did win the Div 2 pre-season race there, so maybe I'll I don't know, do it again. We'll see.
Well, it's a long night ahead, mate. 71 laps with Whiff or any of those guys behind you, and they are going to be behind you probably most of it, because we know how the DRS, in that sector 1 area is so powerful, and if they don't make the move there, they're going to make it into turn 2. And doing just a little bit of practice and having a go at Austria, the ERS management has to be on point. You can't gain it back as much as you really want to. And with 71 laps, you've got to be on point. And we don't know what mixed conditions, bit of rain, that throws a bit of a spanner in the works. So, yeah, going to be really interesting to see. But Plugger, once again, mate, what a night to finish it off. And the finishing that we saw tonight between you and Whiff, that went to the wire. But once again, great job from qualifying all the way through to the race. And have a great Easter holidays. And we'll see you in Austria.
Thanks, mate. Thanks for coming.
Okay, right, ladies and gentlemen, that is everyone tonight. Thank you very much for tuning in. We did lose Thunderballs earlier on, so big thanks to him for jumping in as comms as always. Big shout out as well to some of the followers that jumped in tonight. X-Car Moz, TTV Narrow Winger, Exotic, a Registered Shreks Offender, and Connor Ose 8347. Thank you very much for this resub of Edge, and also the resub from Dynasty as well. I really appreciate that, guys. Thank you also to everyone that tuned in tonight. That is the last race of the week for the leagues. And so we are back with Division 1 on Saturday at Austria for their first, I think maybe their second sprint, I think, of the season. And we've also got the reserve program tomorrow. Don't forget, we've got the special podcast on Thursday for Jeddah, which is the next F1 special. And then that's it. And then on Friday, get amongst the socials as well. But thank you very much for tuning in. As always, big up to our main sponsor, AI369. Feel free, if you want to check them out, get onto the comments into the comments that we have had tonight, and also our other sponsors as well, Pagnian, SimLab, and New Zealand Speed Nation only. Feel free, if you want to get involved in any of the sim gear, then message myself or use the code RUSH24 and you'll get a bit of a discount as well. What a night, what a weekend for Baku. Some ups, some downs. Mostly ups, though, at Baku, which is, from an owner's point of view, I'm very proud to see how Division 4 was very well done. There was a lot of drama and guitar, which was really good to see as well, and clean racing in there. And across the board, Baku, a very good week of racing. Tonight, a little bit cagey. And obviously that will be looked at by the stewards as well. But everyone, have a great Easter. If you are not with us for next week and not racing, then yeah, have a great Easter break. And we will see you very soon. But again, Plugger takes another win. It is Mr. Consistent. Can he do it? Ran 71 laps in Austria. We'll find out. Happy Easter holidays. Good night.